And then there was silence.
Yep. I'm just giving it a moment to actually start up, plus I've got to at least put it in... I'm going to need to tweet this as well. I'm basically just waiting for the stream to go live.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able
I
to see my own
started
chat.
the recording at the same time, so...
So, I think everyone's here. Welcome back everybody to Curse of Strahd. The summary for the stream, as it's the first time that people are going to be able to watch live. Story so far. About 12 sessions ago, this group started with just a small session with their master back in the Forgotten Realms, who was teaching them to fight, adventure, survive, whatever they were really looking for. Until she was murdered by an agent of the uber-vampire Strahd von Zarovich. Following his chief assassin into the realm of Barovia, the party arrived in the village of Barovia, journeyed through the Death House, where they lost one member of the party. Twice. Then proceeded to have a little bit of an adventure around the local area, including picking up a wolf puppy. They eventually headed over to the village of Vallaki, where they spent 3 days and eventually were chased out of town after being defeated by Strahd at the Church of St. Andrew. They headed over to Van Richten's Tower further to the west, and then north, where they encountered the Archmage of Earth, Mordekainen. We left off last week. They just finished a battle against the Clay Golem, and Brammyr the Blood Hunter was dead on the floor. So everybody, welcome back to Curse of Strahd. And we're going to jump in right where we left. The lights have just dimmed from the battle, from being overwhelmingly bright to dropping basically to dim. Those of you who are blinded are no longer blind. And the Clay Golem and Brammyr are lying on the floor.
Sun's gonna run to him and try to make a medicine check.
Make a medicine check.
14.
He's dead. That last hit, whatever it did, killed him.
How does he... Son, don't worry about it. Just give it a few seconds. He'll pop back up and he'll probably, like, kiss you, so be warned.
He won't.
What do you mean he won't? They always pop
They
back up.
told me they wouldn't be able to do it anymore. Last time they brought me back.
Oh. Shit.
No sign of life from the Blood Hunter.
Come here.
Cleric, Sage, yeah.
I can't do anything anymore. Mordekainen, can you?
I have nothing. I've arcane and I don't have anything.
For frick's sake, we have all this magic
Anything
in the
to
dead
stop
body.
time. Just enough.
I've used it.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Zesi.
Zesi's not here.
That's why I didn't say anything. It's like,
Well, she's confused. That's okay.
Give me a second. Zesi, you will be
Sun is just
there.
kneeling there.
Have you met anyone who could have the kind of spells we need?
Oh, gosh, yeah, but I don't know where she is.
The only one I can think is the Abbot in Kresk.
Jenny.
Jenny, okay, one we know, one we don't. Jenny's a hag. You want to trust that. We
Hobbit,
also
you
have
are
that-
on the map. You're arriving behind them, having gotten up late in the mansion.
Who we don't know, and then according to mysterious gypsy woman, whatever, she is, the abbot's not in the right state of mind. So do we trust the hag, or the abbot not in the right state of mind? Somebody make a decision, because I'm not good at this. Son, come on, wake up, let's go, you can do this.
Mordekainen, what do you think?
The only one I know that has the power is the Abbot. If you say he's not of his right mind, then things are darker than I remember. And as this
Jenny
is going
said she
on,
could. Jenny said she could.
As you see on Bryseis, you hear the footsteps of your brother come out the corridor behind you.
Okay. You see, look, summon the devil and he shall appear. Look. Zesi, fix it. I don't know how, just fix it.
It's what?
Hey,
Exactly?
you do not see the dead dwarf on the ground. Open your eyes, man.
I just got here.
She runs over to him and literally takes his face and pushes his eyes open for her. Look at the ground! We have a situation!
What, he's sleeping or he's just gonna get back up? Like
Oh.
everybody else says.
Neither.
Neither. According to Sun, there's no more of that. We have to get him somewhere. We're either going to the crazy abbot or a hag. Our options aren't too good right now.
She helped us before.
Look, son, if
What
you're
will
willing
she
to...
want in return?
Yeah, that's gonna be the question. So how bad do we want Brammyr back? I mean, he's cute and all, but...
We paid her gold and it was fine. We have
Alright.
plenty of that.
We'll just
Yeah,
pay more gold then.
Okay. Alright, so we gotta get his body out of here and we gotta go find Ginny. Any idea where Ginny might be?
We left her at the bone grinder.
Bone grinder, yes, that's right, okay. How do we get him there?
I can't carry him.
Jesus sake, can the broom do it? I can strap his butt to a broom, but I can put it somewhere else. I hope he's dead, he's not gonna bother. Yeah, she just said to shove it up his butt.
Do any of you have a bag of holding? It might be the best way to transport his body.
Yes, Bryseis has it up. Oh yeah, cool. Let's jam him in here.
As this is going,
Everybody.
Mordecai has come over to the figure that's tied to the staff and is currently inspecting it.
Cool. All right, somebody help me get this.
I'll
little
help.
into the bed.
I'll
All right,
help.
cool.
I'm picking up Brammyr's weapons and helping putting them
Yeah.
in the bag of holding.
Should we strip him?
I mean, can we get him in the bag as is?
Easily.
I mean, easily. Okay. Well, she opens up the bag as much as she can, and like, all right, girls, put him in. Don't worry about being gentle. He don't feel shit right.
Okay.
Bryseis is like helping them cram him in.
How long to the bone grinder?
Few days.
From what you guys have known before, minimum with your horses, because of where you've got to travel, minimum of 2 days. And you guys are completely tapped on spell slots. Some of you are hurting pretty badly.
Yeah.
And Sage, I'm gonna need to PM you.
Okay. All right. So got him in the bag. We go there. We gotta get him back to the bone grinder. Everybody is messed up like all get out. So we're gonna have just hear me out. We need to stay tonight and get up. Cut up early in the morning and head out with the dead dwarf. Go find Ginny and get him back to life again. Okay? Mordecai, anything good over there? Get your staff, dude, because we need your help.
Okay,
This is. Give me a second, and you see him bring up his hand and just slap the figure across the face, and what initially appeared to be a dead body tied to this staff jerks awake. It's wearing ragged, tattered leather and chainmail armor, eyes sunken, flesh almost rotted and yet somehow still preserved. Who would know? Brammyr's son and Sage. Sage with advantage, can you make me a religion check, please? Son, you would know as you're a Chultan. Sage, you have advantage as you are a cleric.
Sun knows nothing at the moment. That was a natural 2.
no, sorry. 15.
So even with my +2, that's a 4.
Okay. Son, you're
I'm
too
just-
distraught to recall. Sage, you recognise this.
I'm just hugging Cloudy.
teleport pub. Sage, you recognise this now seeing the figure stare awake as a revenant,
Right.
which you would know come back, come back, come back, and keep coming back until they've completed their objective, whatever it may be. And with a
By the way, Brammyr did tell them it was a revenant last session.
Yeah.
True. And with a harsh, crackling voice that's barely there initially, but then strengthens, it says, "Who are you? What do you want here?" That was a question to all of you.
Just want the staff and we'll be gone.
This
yeah,
thing,
because it's not yours. So hi.
if you can get me free, I don't care. I'm not guarding it. He's bound to the staff by ropes and chains.
Who's keeping you here?
The devil. Strahd.
Ah,
I'm gonna slowly make my way to him and have a look at those chains. Do they look does it look like it's
They do look like they're fastened.
mechanical or
They do look like they're fastened, but you reckon with not much difficulty with your thieves' tools, you could break the places they're tied together.
I can give it a try. She picks up her thieves' tools with her hands slightly shaking.
hold on, son. You made this mistake before. Can you check for traps? For the love of God. God.
Investigation.
Alright. Investigation is a 14.
Does not appear to be trapped. It just appears that he's bound to the staff to keep it in place.
Okay. This looks safe enough.
Make a check with your thieves'
Alright.
tools, and
Maybe
because it's not really
just
a
in
lot.
case.
But-
Just in case people back up a bit.
Because it's not really a lock, I'm going to give you advantage on the check. It's more just it's bound and you've got to break it open rather than necessarily a lock.
Alright. Other die.
So what made you become baby staff? You know, because
22.
Yeah, easily. You easily manage to just break where the chains are being held together.
Thanks for advantage because that would have been a 14 otherwise.
DC was 10.
Yeah, I have plus 10.
And with that, it's just the ropes. You see him flex what little remains of his muscles, and the ropes start to stretch, but he's still bound in place around the staff. What was that, Possess?
he just asked, "Who are you and why did you take Strahd?"
I am one of the survivors of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
I'm not sure survivor is the best term.
I mean, it sounds fancy.
We hold our base at Arkenvostholt. Speak to our leader there if you are truly enemies of the devil.
Right, he said what order?
The
Silver
Order of the
Dragon?
Silver Dragon
And
At
at
where is
Arkenvostholt.
Oh,
True.
German? Sure.
Yeah, we already know how that's written,
Oh.
Yep.
and it's terrible. It's somewhere in the notes.
Argynvostholt, dead put to rest, revenants Argynvost's head in Ravenloft Castle, is the note that we have already.
Yeah. Well, now we know we need to talk to the Order of the Silver Dragon.
God, doing that voice for him is actually really hurting my
Oh.
throat. But yeah,
Does he seem still like? Is he still holding the staff?
he's actually like his hands are The staff's basically holding his back upright, and it's between, and basically his hands are bound behind his back with the staff between his back and his hands. Like, he's physically tied to the staff, and with the ropes he still can't move enough to get out.
Picking up one of my daggers and starting to cut the ropes.
And you cut off the knots that have bound his hands, and and with that he manages to break the rest of the ropes free, steps away, grabs the staff as he does, and throws it over to Mordecai, because, you know, the wizard of the group is probably the one that wants the staff. And Mordecai just...
I was about to hold person, like, if he takes off. Oh, God.
And Mordecai then just effortlessly grabs the staff, and you see him straighten up and almost seems to draw a bit of power from it. And Mordecai stands just a little taller. Thank you for... I can't do the gravelly voice, it's hurting me too much.
Then don't do it.
Thank you for freeing me. I'll be making my way to Argenvost.
Be careful out there.
You too, strangers. I'm sorry about your comrade. And he carefully starts to walk around the edge of the room and come this way. He's making a point basically to not be threatening, but he has to step past Sage and Bryseis as he heads on out.
As he passes, what's your name?
You're really going to make me check that, aren't you? Let me see if...
Yes.
Give me a moment, I need a random generator.
Jeffrey.
They legitimately don't have names, the Revenants, apart from their leader.
Jeffrey Phalanx. There you go.
Lydio was my name in life.
Well, I'm glad you're still around. Look forward to seeing you again.
If we meet again at the keep, I look forward to it too. And he continues to walk out.
Is it weird that he was kind of cute to me?
Sun just looks at Bryseis.
Okay, yeah, point in hand. Let's...
Don't ever change.
Okay. Point back at hand. Okay, so, are we going to stay and let everybody rest? Or are we just going to take out, like, a bat out of Strahd's castle and go find Jenny?
I would recommend that you spend the rest of the day in the mansion. None of you have very much left, you're all hurting. Before I forget, he looks at Cloudy, clicks his fingers, and it seems like the reduction to Cloudy's max HP is gone.
Thank you.
And Cloudy seems a little happier as he's licking your face, son.
Okay, well, let's gather ourselves, go back upstairs, and just take a breath. We're going to fix this, so everybody needs to stay, if I'm saying this, positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, I need a drink. Oh.
You don't say.
Are you guys heading on out to the mansion again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull you onto the map of Barovia then. And you guys make your way out of the complex. Mordecai then closes the doors behind the last of you. Basically says, just to make sure they don't come rushing out. And he leads you into the mansion.
As we enter, I would like to take Sun apart and just say quietly, I'm sorry. Should have kept a spell slot. I could have helped. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. He had the fucking potion. I
Hey
gave
there.
him that potion and just... all he had to do is drink it.
He just wanted to protect everybody. To finish it.
Bryseis is
Well,
snapping
fix
his
it.
fingers at the servants.
Well, fix it.
Wine.
They bring it.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, she still has a bag of holding her hands. She goes and she's gonna put it like. Where are they in the mansion?
You guys are just in the foyer at the moment.
Okay. Is there like a room we could go and like going to go chill? I don't know. Like,
What kind of room do you want?
like a kind of like a living space. You know, like with the big fire and everything. It's like a library slash like.
Do you say this to Mordekainen?
Hall. Yeah.
So thinks a moment, clicks his fingers and says, "There is now. 7th door on the right."
Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm gonna go drink it here. I'm taking the dead dwarf. I'm going to put him in his place where I'm not carrying him around because, yeah, that's like bad mojo. So she's gonna go and to the big, nice parlor room and sit in front of the fire and drink her wine.
Okay.
With the dead dwarf. I'm imagining. Please tell me there's a bearskin rug.
It's not actually bearskin. This appears to be leopard skin.
She puts him on the leopard skin rug, and like finds like has the servant bring another glass and puts the glass next to him on the rug and says cheers and starts drinking.
Is anyone except Sun going with Bryseis? Because Sun, Mordekainen taps you on the shoulder as you step inside and says, "Can I have a word in the library?"
I suppose.
With a candlestick.
Yeah. Is anyone else going with Bryseis?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Hey,
Zesi.
Having a pint.
You stay with him,
to-
okay?
Uh,
I send Cloudy
gives a small almost bark
to
of
the library.
acknowledge it and
Yeah.
sticks with Sage. Zesi, where are you going during this?
Wondering where the hell I am, so just gonna wander around and explore the area.
For context, this is the spell Mordekainen's Magnificent Mansion. It's basically... There's pretty much any room
Yeah.
that you can imagine you can find. Yeah.
I'm literally just gonna explore it.
There's lots and lots of rooms in here.
Yep.
Bedrooms on an upstairs balcony. It seems like they've been claimed and magically locked to only admit certain people. Although it looks like there's a couple of unclaimed bedrooms you'll be able to sculpt to whatever Zesi would want. Library off to the left, there's like a dining room area. Off to the right, there's loads of rooms around. Son, Mordekainen steps into the library with you, and you see him ruffling through just one of the bookshelves, and after a minute or so, says, "Got it!" Pulls down a box that he had up on the bookshelf and opens it, and inside you see a beautiful dark green dagger. I found it late last night, just before I turned in, but wanted to save it until we celebrated getting my staff back, but I at least wanted to give it to you after everything that happened.
Thank you.
And he basically just holds out the entire box for you to take.
She takes the box, kind of holds it against herself. Your staff, what does it do exactly?
It normally would be backup for spellcasting. It's a staff of power, if you've ever come across such a thing. Gives me
Not
the
that versed in magic.
means I can hold my own in hand-to-hand combat and can throw out things like fireballs and lightning bolts and walls of force if I need to. Gives me more chance of surviving until I can recover my spellbook.
You hold on to it now.
I don't intend to lose it again, don't worry. Take care of that dagger. You're going to need to attune to it.
I take the dagger out of the box and I join the others.
Yeah, you very easily find Sage and Bryseis, and I'm assuming Esmeralda, maybe, if Umbra's here, and Arena in the room with the dicing rod.
You know,
That was him, right?
Bryseis is on her second glass, and she is just like, you know, the best thing about Brammyr was that little dude could completely drink even me under the table. Mad respect. Mad respect. We Sage, we've all been together for a really long time, and not say a really long time. Like, it seems like a really long time because we all stayed in the same house and trained together, and we kind of all became brothers and sisters. Not like typical brothers and sisters because, you know, I had Zesi.
Who are you
But
saying this
more-
to?
Me.
Sage.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I didn't even get to know him very well. Hopefully when he comes back you can even know him better. But yeah, and from what I hear, because my room
Range
is
on
close to
daggers.
his,
Rage on daggers is 2060, right?
Think so, yeah.
from what I hear, because my room is really close to his, the dude was not small in all perspectives. If you get drift. I do not know this personal. I just heard the commotion from next door. She says this right as sun comes in, FYI.
He was a good drinking companion, you're right. I don't know, he had kind of small feet, though.
What are you talking about?
Hi, son. We're just kind of honoring Brammyr
Reminiscing.
here with a
Yeah.
drink and good stories about him.
Hmm.
We were just talking about his assets.
Okay.
Don't worry. When he comes back, I'll show him all about him. Don't look so down. Hey, what's in the box?
The box is empty now.
Okay.
It had this, and I show her the dagger.
Ooh. Pretty.
It's what we originally came here for.
Well, that's good. At least we went looking for that, and we can get out of here as soon as we rest up.
Remember that you can't benefit from a long rest more than once in a 24-hour period. You're going to have to stay basically an entire whole day.
Oh, I'm reading my book.
How many more hours are you reading for? Because you've already taken one level of exhaustion from not
Yeah,
taking a long
I'm
rest.
not reading all the night, but I'm sleeping 8 hours. How many hours can I read?
With what you've done so far and when you're going to need to head out the following day, I'd say you can probably get another 16 or so hours reading, which means I'm going to have to type up some stuff for you.
Oh.
So,
So I get 16 hours of
which
reading
brings you up to a total of
and
30.
my sleep.
Yes.
And my sleep. That's great.
Which means that I need to edit your handout. Because at 20
it's
hours...
actually 28, yeah.
Because at
I'll-
20 hours
I'll-
a new property is revealed to you.
I'll take 25 instead of 26 and spend 1 hour reminiscing about Brammyr and having a drink.
Check your handout because at 20 hours a new property is revealed to you.
Thank you. Oh.
Yeah. And I'm going to type up some stuff to follow up to the previous law. Okay. Are there any other conversations that happen during the day as this is going on?
I mean, Bryseis would probably kill him, Zesi all would happen.
Do you want to catch Hobbit up to what happened over the last session as he wasn't here then? Feel free to do it as Bryseis or yourself, and I'll just count it as it's going on during the time because I need to think exactly what Manon will have learned.
No worries. Alright. So while you were, doing whatever you were doing, Zesi, just longer, we, found, as you can see, this pretty awesome mansion. And, you know, Mordecai, after he almost killed us because of, you know, that whole mad mage thing, true thing. So, we fixed him, he brought us back here, and then he started going on about the devil stole his book, and the staff we had to go get. So, we all decided we're gonna go down and get his staff. Shut up, Zesi. And then we were going to, you know, help him and do that so that way he could give us rewards or a treat. But he actually ended up giving me mine, yeah, which is kind of cool. So yeah, now I can do a mansion as well. Which again is why you need to be nicer to me. It's going to be Bryseis's magical, fantastic cuddle dungeon. I will take the quest. I will take the quest, by the way. But I already have some ideas in mind. In any case, we got down there, destroyed a bunch of stuff, because we're awesome. One of my spells actually did work. And we got to this golem. And our little dwarf, may he rest in pieces, decided he was gonna go like he normally does and got killed by the golem, even though he had a potion to drink. We can't res him because Sage is out of spell slots. So we have to go find Jin and try to res him that way. Yeah, that's pretty much where we are.
You should have waited. I would have come with you. Maybe this would have never happened.
You know,
As for your cuddle dungeon, that surely can't be good for the rest of us.
oh, you don't know that. I think Sun would enjoy a room where it has a warm tropical feel with lovely places for her to sleep in a hammock and scratching trees.
I don't scratch trees.
Damn.
What do you think I do in my spare time?
I mean, cats. Yo. But, yeah. I got half of it right. So, alrighty.
Hacks do sound nice.
Yeah. So I can make kind of whatever you guys want, but I have to work on it. But I'm not as good as the match mage here. But at least I can come up with something. Oh, my room. Oh, all my babies are gonna have their own little homes now.
Roll 20, please.
Have you ever seen a dollhouse the size of a room? Because you're going to. So, that's where we are. Yes, we could have waited, but I didn't know where you had gone, and we still can't find the stupid. Yeah, he should have been here, because this is his best friend, and Silas just went off and left.
I hope he's fine.
No! No! I don't care right now. Shouldn't have left us.
No, he shouldn't. Sorry, I'm fighting with Roll20. That's being stupid.
What's the issue?
Well, I closed my character sheet, so I couldn't scroll. So I am refreshing the page, and it's just not letting me load it.
You might just have to.
Just Roll20 things.
Yeah. So you might just have to try and load the game in a new tab. But yeah, basically just Roll20 things. Is Esmeralda saying anything to all of this, Umbra?
No, I think she's just going to let them have their together after they've lost someone very close to them.
Okay.
Probably take care of her own equipment. After a short while of relaxing, probably excuse herself and head to her room and be to her own devices.
Okay.
Bryseis is going to ask the Mad Mage for Tiefling facilities.
In what sense?
Just like you gave for the wolf facilities and the cat facilities.
Oh.
So where to go on?
Yep. He gestures in the same direction and says, I think it's going to be 5th door on the right. There's
Can you tell me
stuff
it's
to...
like a creepy dungeon in there with little faces of fire and stuff.
Made that the 6th door.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go take the longest bath ever. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And she takes like 2 more glasses of wine and walks down to her facility.
Son is sitting on the rug next to the bag of quietly attuning to her weapon and petting Cloudy.
Okay. Is anyone else saying or doing anything during the day?
Probably not much. I'm gonna. Oh no, never. I was going to say I'm gonna cut my recording. Maybe that will help. But I'm finally back in.
Yeah. Okay. So if no one else is really doing anything during the rest of the day, eventually you guys all settle down at various times. Sun, you're probably the first to go to sleep.
I'm gonna go to my room. I'm gonna grab a bunch of covers and pillows and get back to the living room and settle there.
Okay. And you have received a message for what happens as you settle down.
Okay.
Next off is probably Zesi. You're probably the next to go to sleep. Where are you on Discord? There we go. Hobbit, you've also received a PM.
Okay.
I don't know whether Sun or or Zesi's going to react to anything now. Bryseis. Eventually, the day passes. You do Bryseis things, and you're going to settle down to sleep.
Bryseis thing.
I need to write up for Bryseis things, what those Bryseis things might be.
You've received a PM.
So she's gonna swasse back into the room and go.
Yep, Ray, you have received a PM. And eventually, Sage, you close the book and start to settle down. And you've also received a PM.
Brammyr is going to get one too when he falls asleep.
Shut up.
No, the only thing Brammyr would get is a red neck if it was around Strahd, but he's not, because he's dead.
It's like, good luck to Strahd biting a ghost.
Is that a challenge?
Okay.
How would that even go?
You have all received PMs on Discord of something that happens as you fall asleep. Eventually the night passes and you rise the following morning, rested. You gain the full benefits of a long rest.
Finally.
So hit point maximum restored, spell slots restored, all of that. And Mordekainen meets you for the breakfast of your choice. Meat for those who want meat, porridge for Bryseis. It's actually a really nice breakfast. And you imagine had what happened yesterday not happened, this would be a happy celebration, but instead it's a subdued occasion. And one by one you come down to the breakfast table, or over in the case of Sun.
Oh,
So,
that was a glorious sleep. Man made you make the best beds, just FYI.
Did everybody sleep well?
not exactly.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a dream here and there. I mean, it's expected. Of course, Strahd's gonna be in dreams, but oh, that stone was so pretty.
Hey, as we
Is-
make our way back, can we try and keep an eye out for Silas? He really should have caught up with us by now.
I mean, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for him.
Where are we going? Is Vallaki on the way?
Yes, it is.
The easiest way to go, I'll draw it on the map for you, is to head back down this way around the edge of Lake Zarovich and down through Vallaki. Passing over this way is very difficult terrain.
well.
There's lots of chance for random encounters.
To Vallaki, through the outskirts of Vallaki, because we've kind of been banned from the town.
Yeah, maybe we should check the town.
I mean, they clearly told us not to come back.
Not to close down. Still. I got a bad feeling.
I hate this place. Have I mentioned lately? I hate this place.
As a note, the PMs that all of you received, it felt like you were right there watching this happen, powerless to do anything.
Right.
This freaking place.
Yeah.
Sun isn't eating much. She's mostly just picking at her food, giving some to Cloudy.
Cloudy's just kind of resting with his head in your lap, Sam.
Oh. Puppy. Sorry.
Just kind of looking up at you.
I scratch him behind the ears.
He at least seems happy, though he seems concerned that you're down. Is anyone else gonna talk about what they received, or is that it for now?
That's it for me.
Zesi?
Sage,
I
why
won't
do
be
you want to go
mentioning
back
anything.
there so much?
And what?
Sorry?
Why did you want to go back to the Blackgate?
I just had a weird dream about it. If you can check it out.
I had one about that Castle Ravenloft place. I don't want to go anywhere near there though. Not right now.
We're not going there. Don't worry.
Hobbit, what was it you were saying? You got cut off.
I said I won't be mentioning anything
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Shall we go?
Yes, the sooner the better.
As you guys go to head out from the mansion,
I would find Mordekainen if he's not
I
there
was
with us.
going to say that
Yeah.
he meets you in the lobby as you go to head out, and he says, "I wish you good fortune in the travels ahead. It's not much, but I've been able to come up with a little something for each of you." And one by one he comes over to you and he casts just a small spell, but it's enough. Ray, for you, actually, Ray, he comes over to you and he casts this on you. Ray?
Nice.
That is nice, yeah.
Next he comes over to you, Sun, and he casts this on you.
Nice.
Zesi, for you, he casts this. And finally, Sage, he casts this on you. Each of you, for your charm, receive a small tattoo on somewhere easily accessible. For Zesi, it's on the back of your left hand. For Sun, it's actually on the underside of your left arm. Sage, for you, it's on the palm of your right hand. And Bryseis, you notice it on the upper parts of your lower right arm.
I was gonna say, just put it on her boobs. It's good.
Hopefully these will assist you in your travels. I'm sorry I can't do more. I'll be trying to find a way to recover my spellbook without drawing the attention of Strahd von Zarovich. Good luck out there. Bring him down.
I shall
will.
try.
Thanks again for the help.
Yeah, and good luck to you. For your spellbook.
Thank you for the safe place to rest.
I'll keep a special place in my mansion just for you, madman.
If you do defeat him, and I'm not there, come find me. I'll gladly follow you to wherever you're heading after your trials here are done. And he stands out of the way and lets you head out the door.
That we will do. Bryseis puts on her bag and kind of takes the bag of holding and just kind of keeps it there, sees the dwarf, like, okay, he's still there. We're good. And she kind of takes the bag of holding and carefully puts it in her pack. It's like, sorry, dude.
Yeah. And
By the way, in my bag right now, I have.
so go ahead, Ray.
I said in my bag right now, it says the dwarf.
Okay. And as you guys head out of the mansion, you step out into what appears to be the dead of night. You see your horse is standing nearby, seeming quite spooked by this. It seems like this is fairly recent that the time's changed again. But your horses are there and you can start your ride. This does appear to be what would normally be 8 o'clock in the morning.
Alright, Son and Cloudy are gonna be walking a bit ahead of the group. and
Remember, you do have
I'm
horses.
Oh, right, we have the horses.
Bryseis is going to be flying a little higher than normal room, trying to make sure the bodies stay safe.
Then, we have how many horses again? 3?
4.
4? We have Glom on 1. And then we need, Irina's son, Sage, Zesi.
Yeah, at the moment, I have. At the moment,
Esmeralda has her own horse,
Yeah.
right?
at the moment, I have Sun and Zesi, Sage, Esmeralda, Irina on the horses. Glom, while he's with you, obviously won't be on the map if the player isn't here. And there's no Brammyr, so
Esmeralda has her own horse anyway. doesn't
yes. Esmeralda's riding her own, Irina's on the draft horse, and then you guys are spread between the 2 riding horses.
That's perfect.
That works.
And you guys begin your journey down, down from Mount Baratok. I'm actually going to go ahead and delete the secrets markers, just so that you don't still think that they're there, because Whisper and Pyramore have been retrieved. For a couple hours, nothing happens. However,
I'm keeping my eyes out, eyes and ears peeled.
Me too.
can you make me a
Passive
perception?
Perception has exploded, if you noticed.
Oh dear, what's Sage's passive up to?
At 18?
Okay.
Bryseis is going to be looking from above, so can she get perspective on that, and is it with advantage?
That's 19 on the check.
19 on the check. Okay.
16 on passive.
Dope.
Okay.
Oh. Never mind.
I'm sorry guys to beat you. Oh my god. Couple hours in, right as you guys are reaching the edge of the tree line, you see the same black shape, now with mane and eyes and mouth wreathed with fire, as the nightmare descends in front of you, and on its back, not Strahd, you see Donovich. He grins and says, "Well, well, this is very fortunate that I would find you here. And where's your little dwarf pet? Oh, did he die? I'm so sorry." And he hops off the back of the he hops off the back of the shadow.
Hey, fun fact, you died too. So, are we really gonna compare? Because trust me, I doubt you're anywhere near.
Oh, Tiefling. That was stupid. And I'd like you all to please make a dexterity saving throw, as he points his finger and a small ball of fire goes shooting towards you. And I would like everyone to please roll me initiative.
I mean, I'm on the broom. Does that help with my dexterity at all?
Oh, you, because of the way you're flying on the broom, you are probably out of the way of this.
Woohoo!
What are with these rolls?
I'm rolling as I did on Thursday. It's all.
Yeah, can I get dexterity saving throws from everyone except Bryseis, please? So,
Can I counter spell?
6.
yes, you can.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Oh.
And as a warlock, 3rd level, so yeah, you automatically counterspell.
Fucking A, Zesi. You go.
Good job.
Cloudy needs an initiative,
Oh, right.
and
Baby.
I need to give Bucephalus an initiative.
Fucking Zesi.
Cloudy has a
Good.
better initiative than me.
I'll raise my hand and be like, no, 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 we'll have none of that.
You see,
Oh, you got better than me.
you see from the confidence that he was displaying, just a small snarl form on the lips of Donovich. Okay, with initiative roll, the initiative order is going to be Donovich, and nat 20 is initiative roll. Cloudy, Sage, Zesi, you are after Sun, Bryseis, Esmeralda, Bucephalus the Nightmare. Donovich on his turn is going to move on over to you, Zesi, because of course he is. You just counterspelled him. Of course he's upset at you.
That does tend to piss them off.
And he is going to... First, he just springs up a punch round at you, and he's going to follow up with a bite. That's going to hit you. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the first strike.
Yep.
The bite also is going to hit you. 7 points of piercing damage, 11 points of necrotic. Your HP maximum is reduced by 11. Also, I'm going to need
Can I
initiative
try
for
to
Arena.
Can I try to cutting words the bite?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna cutting words the bite. And be look and just I'm gonna go above him on the broom and just look down on him and it's like, hey, hello, you missed me. And she literally is sticking her tongue out at him and doing the little hand.
Roll your d8. And I'm going to need someone to Jaeger Arena and give her an initiative and control her, because I'm not controlling all of this and Arena. There's Arena's initiative for you. Wow. Okay, I'm rolling amazingly for initiative today. That's not enough to stop it, Zesi. You do still take the damage.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He rolled an 18, that reduces to 15. Zesi's AC appears to be 11. I'm sorry.
Question about reactions.
Yep.
When the reaction was in the surprise round, do I now have another reaction, or has that now gone?
There was no surprise round. You were out of reactions until your
His,
But his
fireball
spell
was
wasn't
the
a surprise
reaction.
round.
Oh, true. Then yes, you will have another reaction.
Then I'm going to hellish rebuke him.
Okay.
My spells are a 3rd level, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
Hellish Rebuke actually
Oh,
is
it's second,
different.
isn't it?
If it's from your being a tiefling, then yes, it's cast at 2nd level.
Second, yeah. Yeah, that's second.
Still decent damage.
Oh yeah. Especially if you roll high on the dice.
Does this have to go off the spell page? Not
I
the other one?
I think it does because of a recent update.
Right.
Okay, dexterity
Say
saving
that
throw
it's
for half
triple,
damage.
that's
That's
why.
why I know. Yep. Okay.
Cool. Rolling. 2nd level. I'm fucking serious.
Rip. So would be 16 points of fire. However, he passes the dexterity save and is only going to take 8 points of damage.
Yeah, that's fine for me.
It's actually Arena now. Before anyone else, because Arena also got a 23 on the initiative, but he has the higher dex. Get underneath him. There we go. So, Arena.
Arena, as a bonus action, is gonna healing word Zesi.
Yep.
You get 6 points back.
Okay.
Then, well, she's gonna move with the horse, I guess. Still on the horse.
Yep.
Can't move the horse, so you'll have to do that. She's
Yes.
gonna take 2 attacks at him.
Let me turn off global illumination. Yep. 2 attacks at Donovich, okay. They both miss, I'm afraid.
Cloud team melee. No,
Yep.
that's the other way around.
No, this is
Sorry.
the other way around.
Sorry, ignore me. Keep forgetting.
Yep, no. She tries to swing, and Donovich just effortlessly steps out of the way of the rapier and grins. Oh, I was hoping you'd be here. End of Arena's turn. Donovich is going to take a legendary action,
Fuck him.
and he is going to... He's just going to spend the 1, and he's going to make a single strike at Arena. Which I just clicked the wrong thing for. That's going to hit Arena for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
If his master finds that out, he's a dead vampire.
Cloudy.
Cloudy does have advantage. He's gonna try and bite.
Yep.
Bite.
A lot of biting in this campaign.
With advantage, that does just manage to hit. I will make
AC
the
is 16, guys.
Nice.
strength saving throw.
And save, yeah.
He's actually not prone. No, he's going to use a legendary resistance.
Yeah, that's good.
1 down.
Burning.
Legendary resist the wolf.
Yep, he did not want to get not prone there.
I'm okay with that.
That's
Sage.
good.
Sage.
I'm gonna use Channel Divinity.
Okay.
So it's a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw, okay.
DC 16.
He's going to use another legendary resistance.
Yes. That's fine. It's another 1 gun. That's my turn, yes.
Yes.
Not moving.
Okay. What were you trying to do with your Channel Divinity?
Turn undead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
we don't have time for this. Just go away. Or burn a legendary resistance, that's fine too.
Okay. Okay, Zesi.
I don't know what to do. I'm torn between 3 options. Guys, help me out here. Do I Bane, Hex, or save it for a counter spell?
I don't know.
Me neither, so he can just get an Eldritch Blast to the face twice.
Okay, hits.
Just the 8.
Okay. Yep, also hits. Okay. Yeah, those 2 beams seem to hurt a little bit.
Do I move? Do I not move? Am I on this horse by myself? or am I-
You're currently there with San.
You're with me, but I'm gonna be jumping down on him next turn. Well, right after you.
And has he taken a reaction this turn yet?
No.
He has not taken a reaction.
I'm just gonna jump off the horse and try to get away from him because I'm hurt
Okay.
right now.
He is going to take his reaction to make a opportunity attack.
Uh-huh.
8 more points of bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
It's okay with you moving.
That's me done.
Okay. Sun, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna jump off the horse and go to town. I do get no, I don't have advantage, but I have sneak attack because he's next to my allies.
Yep.
First attack with the short sword.
Yep.
It is a learn how to count 16 to hit, which I believe is
Just hits.
yeah. So
This
that's
is gonna suck.
Hmm?
I said this is gonna suck for him.
just a little. Oh wow! My 3 sneak attack dice rolled me ones.
Oh,
God.
what's the
That's
total?
3, 6, 11
Oh my
points of
God.
damage.
Okay.
Offhand attack with whisper.
Okay.
That hits. That's a 19.
Yeah.
For 4 points of damage,
Okay.
and he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Or
be
become frightened.
of me.
He's fine.
So he is now immune to the effect for 24 hours.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay. End of your turn, just before Esmeralda, Donovich is going to take another legendary action. And he grins and says, "Oh, don't worry about him finding out." And he's going to make a bite attack at Arena, spending his remaining 2 legendary actions. That hits. That is another 5 points of piercing, 7 points of necrotic, and her hit point maximum is also reduced by 7.
Minus 13, if I can count. No. Minus 12,
12.
yes. Right, and her HP max is reduced. I'll make a note on her sheet.
Yep.
Actually, I can't make a note on her sheet, but I'll make it on my notes.
Esmeralda.
Taking the horse, yo. Taking the horse to here. To here.
Okay.
And she is going to cast magic missiles.
At.
Contemplating. How much more damage? Just 1 extra beam per. Yeah, it's 1 extra dart.
Who is she going to cast it at?
At Donovich.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna suffer when that Nightmare Stone comes around.
I'm going to do it at 2nd level.
I realize that where I'm currently placed is a bad idea.
14 points of force damage. Noted. Oh, he did how much to... Okay, 7, so...
Actually, does the horse have any more movement?
Horse has 60 feet of movement.
Oh
So-
god damn, I'm moving to like here then. Or, yeah, getting in the way.
Okay. There you go, I'll leave you to there. Bryseis. Ray?
Use the thing. Bryseis is still above him. So she's over here. Okay. And she is going to cast a. If she casts it directly down, is it going to injure the people around him?
What does she wanted to cast?
Like.
Lightning bolt. No, I don't think so. I think...
It's just a straight line?
Yeah.
So she's directly above him, then it shouldn't.
Yeah, because I know Fireballs has a radius, so. That would be painful for all of my friends, so we're not going to do that.
Yep.
Alright. my turn. As far as if she goes above her head, does that. Let's see. Where is it? There's Fireball. It's called Call Lightning. It's not exactly a pulse.
Yeah, Call Lightning, you target. Like, ping the spell, or have a read the spell, you'll see it's targeted. There you go. Dexterity save or 12 points of lightning damage. Half on success. He saves 6 points of lightning damage. Okay.
Take it. I'd like to use my bonus action to inspire.
Yep.
And I am going to inspire Sage.
Okay, what do you say?
Okay, she's gonna do her little lucky thing, and she's gonna look over Sage, and she's gonna be like, "Use a sexy cleric, so take it, work it, and go." Let me say it, 'cause she's a sex cleric.
Okay. Is
Thank you.
doing anything else on your turn, Bryseis?
Yeah, she's gonna stay on the bird right above him.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you hear, when he said, "Don't worry about me finding out," I was right here all along. And Strahd is going to take a legendary action. And he's going to make an attack with Ruby Fang against Arena.
Say,
That's going to hit.
can
I
cut him
thought he
right there?
didn't. I thought he didn't want to kill her.
And as he's like, you see the Blake noise, just says, "I've had enough games with you." Blake comes down. You can certainly try.
Oh, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna use my last thing. FYI, everybody. This is not gonna work. Why I'm trying to do this?
You know, I said I'm rolling amazingly for initiative today.
Yeah, we can see that.
And I'm not rolling good at all, so that's not gonna.
Oh, that is not going to be enough, unfortunately. Arena takes 7 points of slashing damage and 21 points of necrotic damage. However, as it's the sword, her HP maximum is not reduced, so that's a total of 28.
28.
Okay.
Arena's in deep shit.
She needs to heal herself on her turn.
Yep. It's going to roll round to Bucephalus, the nightmare, who is going to come on over here, round the edge of you, Esmeralda.
Gonna take that attack of opportunity.
Hasn't left your threatened range.
Damn it.
And as it passes, you see his hoof reach up and just kick at you. That's going to hit you.
Using shield.
What does that not... That's
Plus
enough to
5
prevent
to
it. Yep. Yep. Nope, that's enough to block it. That was a 20 to hit.
Alright.
Rolls around to Strahd. He just says, "I told you. Not going to work." Brings up Ruby Fang again. Arena is unconscious. And he is going to step next to you, son, and he's going to make a second attack at you. That's going to hit. That is 25 points of damage, 15 of which is necrotic.
Oh.
Donovich, you know what to do. Donovich is literally just going to grab Arena and start... You guys are all going to get opportunity attacks because he's going to start coming... well, first of all, Donovich regenerates. And he's just going to grab Arena and start dragging her over to Bucephalus.
My opportunity attack misses. Cloudy, misses also.
Bryseis, opportunity attack?
Can I do a spell as a...
No.
No.
Do you have Warcaster feat?
Then
So
no.
I just get a swipe with my sword.
Yep.
Oh lord.
That hits. Grand total of 2 points of damage.
Ooh.
Jump the bed.
Uh, Arena is unconscious. Needs to make me a death save, which I'll roll for you. Just a flat 1d20. She passes the death save. Cloudy. As you know, end of Arena's turn, Donovich is going to use a legendary action to dump her on the back of Bucephalus. Cloudy's turn.
Cloudy's going to try and bite Strahd because he attacked me and that hurt,
Okay.
and that's what Cloudy would do.
Okay.
He misses.
Damn.
With advantage.
Well, 14.
End of Cloudy's turn. Donovich is going to take a legendary action to climb up on top of Bucephalus, along with Arena. Strahd is going to take a legendary action, and you know what? He's just going to make a Ruby Fang attack at you again, Sam. That misses.
Ooh.
I rolled a 14 to hit. Sage.
Yep, that misses.
Right. How much does a horse? What's the movement of a horse?
60 feet.
60.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over.
As a point, Donovich is still holding on to Arena where he's climbed on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to them. I cannot move the horse, I think. No.
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 But I'm still on the horse. I'm gonna. Come on. I'm gonna bonus action healing word Arena
Okay.
first. Where is it? Alright.
Okay.
So
She's on 8.
conscious. And as an action, can I try and grab her on my horse?
I'm going to let you oppose Donovich direct, because Donovich is making the point of holding on to her.
Yes.
Does she get advantage because Irina wants to go with her?
And she's
No,
conscious?
because Arena will have gone prone from going unconscious, was grabbed by Donovich, was dumped over the back of his horse, so movement is pretty hard for her.
Yeah.
You might be at least
as
be
he
able.
rolled her in his face.
You might at least be able to oppose, like, to drag her off the horse. You'll probably not be able to get her onto yours, but you can try your athletics.
Athletics.
Yes, strength opposed to strength, I'm afraid. That is actually enough.
Nice.
You do manage to drag her off of the nightmare. And Strider looks back at you and says, "You are very irritating."
I wave.
End of your turn, Strada's going to take a legendary action to make... No, Strada's going to take a legendary action to move.
Without provoking opportunity
Without
attacks,
provoking
right?
opportunity
Yeah.
attacks. Zesi.
There is nothing I can really do. I'm just going to attack Donovich again. Move a little closer first.
Okay.
What is the range of Eldritch Blast? Something stupid.
Long as
Oh,
fuck.
no, we didn't roll.
Oh yeah,
Never
it's
mind.
something stupid.
Yeah, it's 120
It's
foot.
something stupid. Yeah, you're fine.
Die.
Hits.
Die some more.
Also hits.
Damn, Zesi, going for it.
Donovich was mildly irritated. End of your turn. Before sun comes up, Donovich is going to take a legendary action, his final one, and he is going to make an unarmed attack at you, Esmeralda.
Okay.
That hits. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Strahd is going to take a legendary action. and he's going to attack Sage with Ruby Fang. That also hits for 24 points of damage, 17 of which is necrotic.
24,000. Okay.
Do you want to use your reaction?
Oh yes, I do. Of course I do. Where is it? Here you go.
Dexterity save. Okay.
Yeah.
He fails. He's going to eat the damage. That's not enough. You hear that heartbeat in your ear, the dun dun, dun dun, and red glow around him. You hit a shield. Son?
Why? Why?
Wait, what?
She's just screaming why at Strahd. What have we done this time to piss you off?
Oh, it's more the fact that that dwarven friend of yours is no longer here to protect you, so I'm taking what's rightfully mine.
She does not belong to anyone. Yeah. I can probably make it like in between the horses.
Well, that's a scary place to be with the nightmare's turn coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you make it there.
Actually, I'll make it there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attack the nightmare.
Okay.
You're taking her nowhere. That's 19.
19. Yeah, that hits.
I'm gonna take new dice for the sneak attack.
I wonder why.
Jeez, I don't know. That's better. 18 plus 5, 22.
22 points of damage. Ow.
22 points of damage plus offhand attack with Whisper.
Ow.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
For 3 damage and the wisdom save.
And the wisdom save for Bucephalus.
Yep.
Fails.
The nightmare is scared.
Remember what Frighten does?
Let me find it in the compendium. Sorry.
It runs away and just keeps running.
I'm
It's
pretty
not
sure it
in
has
my head.
conditions, frightened.
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Okay. Cool. That's okay with me. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's gonna be about it.
Esmeralda.
Free action to go take Arena, get on the horses and run! As she goes, a 4th level lightning bolt straight through the middle of these three.
Okay. Bucephalus dexterity save fails. Donovich dexterity save easily passes. Strahd dexterity save easily passes. For that is a lot of lightning damage.
28 points of lightning damage straight through the middle.
Strahd passed, so that's 14. Donovich passed, so that's 14. That's a lot to Bucephalus. Anything else on your turn?
I don't think she's really got any bonus action spells.
Okay then. Bryseis.
Dang it! Oh, I couldn't get my screens right. Okay, so Bryseis. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, who is peeps and things above their heads to see who needs some healing love? Sage, do you need some healing love?
Yeah, but send us to an arena.
As a note, because of that lightning bolt, this nightmare is looking bloodied.
Oh, okay. Well, can I throw a fireball at it without hitting a reach?
No.
It's on fire, and no. As a
I'm
reminder,
gonna send...
the nightmare is on fire.
Okay.
It is a fire horse.
Move to here and do a lightning bolt that'll hopefully hit Donovich and the horsey.
Yep.
Crisscrossing the streams.
Crossing the streams. Okay. Where is my lightning bolt? Okay, wait. I can go to this page and do it.
Thank God that Bucephalus is coming up next, because ow.
Oh,
Does
it's
Sage
a
get any
goal.
advantage from all this lightning going on around?
I should.
I'm waiting for the ping of the lightning bolt. Okay, DC 15, 12 points of lightning damage. Bucephalus, that's a natural 20 on the save.
Hey, better on a
So
save
6.
than on an attack.
Oh yeah, Donovich easily passes. Dexterity might be one of a vampire's best saves. Okay. Rolls round to Bucephalus' turn. Bucephalus is going to hold its action.
Wait, does Bucephalus get 6 damage or half?
It took half damage. Took 3 damage.
Okay.
Resistant to
Oh, is
fire.
it resistant?
No, it wasn't fire.
Oh, it's lightning.
Yep. You got me confused by asking whether it took half or not. Yeah, no, it took half. It was 6.
Okay.
Apologies, DM confusion there. Strahd's turn. First things first, that is another Ruby Fang comes up and is going to just slash at you again, Sage.
Oh, right.
That hits for 9 slashing, 13 necrotic.
So 20.
22.
I'm down.
Okay. Second attack is going to be a bite attack at Arena. Which, down, advantage. Well, no, she's down. She did not get a chance to stand up, so yeah, she's unconscious. Donovich's turn. He's going to... Esmeralda, you do get an opportunity attack for this. He's going to come on over and drag Arena back up on top of Bucephalus.
I hold my attack of opportunity. I'm not going to take it.
Okay. With Arena there on top of the horse, I'm going to give her another death save.
Oh, thankfully they've reset.
Every says, yeah.
Bucephalus' ready action goes off. And
Now I take my attack of opportunity because I guarantee it's flying away, isn't it?
nope,
Mm.
all 3 of them go ethereal.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cloudy.
Cloudy is going to come in front of Sun and just growl at Strahd. And holding a bite attack if he comes closer.
Okay. Sage, death save, please. Strahd is grinning. Yep, it's pass. End of your turn, Strahd is going to take a legendary action to move. Without provoking opportunity attacks, however, readied action does still go off for Cloudy.
So that hits.
Strahd needs to make a strength save or be knocked prone, which...
He's gonna pass because it has a stupid strength.
I mean, there's that, and if he'd needed to, he would have taken legendary resistance, but he didn't need to.
Yeah.
Sun, you're up. I mean, you saw his shield come up again. You're definitely slowly hurting his shield.
Yeah. I'm hurting though. Still, I'm gonna take my 2 attacks.
Okay.
If you die, Brammyr's never gonna leave it. You leave it. Gonna.
And
Yeah.
As I go, I'm just like, haven't you done enough? That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh. It's 2 6s on the damage, but also a 1, so 17 plus 5, 22.
Okay. Strahd suddenly looks very, very worried and dismisses his shield instantly.
Whisper.
You got his
That's-
shield to 1.
Freaking stupid die that roll of 1! That's 12 plus 8, a 20 to hit on Whisper.
Yep.
For 4 damage. And the wisdom save.
Yep, Strahd is going to choose to pass that wisdom save. That is a legendary resistance.
Yep.
You know, just before you did that, I was going to say that all I wanted was a taste of Tiefling. I've changed my mind. He's going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn to strike you with his sword. Misses.
Ooh.
Zesi. He was just going to bite Bryseis and leave.
Yes, well, I couldn't know that.
Just hits. Yep. Ow.
No move to there. No, no. There, but I'm gonna like hide behind the tree with my head sticking out.
Okay.
So I can still see what's going on.
End of your turn, Strahd's going to take his final legendary action to slash at you again, son. That's now going to hit. You're down.
Bryseis, please.
Esmeralda, it's your turn.
What price is what? I can't, I don't have any more cutting words.
God damn it.
Esmeralda.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay, 2 cutting words and an inspiration to sage. I'm out.
I thought you have more bardic inspirations than that.
I thought I just said 3.
I'll have to check after the fight.
I'm
Yeah, Esmeralda, it's your turn.
debating between these 2 things. Would that be if they all hit? That would be 2d8 plus 10 and. I'm gonna bomb a holy water on his head.
Okay.
Just straight up like movie style in a bar, smash across the face.
Okay. Google is not being friendly in loading up actually how to use holy water.
As an action, you can splash the contents of this flask onto a creature within 5 feet of you or throw it up to 20 feet, shattering it on impact. In either case, make a ranged attack against the target creature.
It seems like Compendium's having a problem. Okay.
So, ranged attack, which would just be dex.
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding
Misses. Strahd just leans out of the way.
me? Why can't I roll for shit? It doesn't matter, like, what I'm playing.
Is there anything else that Esmeralda can do on her turn?
That was an action, wasn't it?
Yep.
Can't bonus action administer a potion. It's goddamn all I
No.
can do. She's gonna stay here though.
Okay. Bryseis.
Alright, for my action, to Healing Word Sage.
Okay. Poor son.
Probably also as well yelled
Sage
as
has
well.
been down longer.
True.
Sage
Yeah,
been longer and
and
Sage
my
also
turn.
And
has
Sage,
healing
and Sage can
spells.
actually heal afterwards. So
Thank you.
Okay.
Alright, and I'm, just in case she can't, ow, I'm gonna use more action to move over here.
Opportunity attack.
but she's on the broom. She's up in the
Yeah,
air.
I'm on the broom.
Oh, true. Yeah, no, he can't hit you then. I completely forgotten you were flying. Okay, no. Rolls around to Strahd. As he been second to move some stuff on the GM layer. Whee! He kind of looks at you up in the air, Bryseis says, "You know what? You've annoyed me too much." And Bryseis, some necromantic energy washes over you, and he's going to cast Blight on you.
Hellish rebuke.
I believe Hellish Rebuke is only an attack against you, not a spell.
No, it's when she takes damage.
Okay, then yes, you can Hellish Rebuke. Zesi, are you going to attempt to counterspell?
I'm trying to desperately remember which the blight spell was, and I think it's the really nasty one that does
It is.
and just kills people.
That's
instantly.
Disintegrate. Disintegrate is the one that dusts you.
Nasty.
It's still nasty.
Yes. It is still nasty,
The
though.
problem with necrotic energy is it just turns your skin to death.
Yep.
Yeah, it is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, I'm counterspelling that.
Okay. I am going to need you to make a... I'm going to need you to make an ability check.
How do I do that?
D20 plus charisma.
Yes. So roll your charisma. As it is it is casting a higher spell slot than you can just automatically
We
counter.
already know it's going to fail because it says you're rolling.
Nope, that's not enough. Bryseis,
Called it.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, when do you want me to help do my hellish rebuke?
Yes, please. Because this
Okay,
is not going to knock you
Constitution?
unconscious. Yes, please. Bryseis, you take 35 points of necrotic damage
Ooh, I'm still alive! Oh.
on 3 HP.
And hellish rebuke!
Yep. And Strahd is just going to start... He doesn't even care he's going to take opportunity attacks from Cloudy and Esmeralda. He's just going to start walking off in this direction now. Okay, dexterity save on 19 damage.
Because he, has nothing to fear from me.
Or cloudy.
Nope, you both miss. And he...
Do I get one too?
Yes, disadvantage is your prone. On a saving throw,
Just get opportunity attacks.
you would not, I'm just trying to say, Mia, remind me.
Yeah?
Saving throws, if you meet the DC, you pass, right?
Yeah.
He just met it. He rolled a 15 on the save. So that's 9 points of fire damage. He's going to come over here.
On a save for what?
Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, okay.
And then... Okay. Yeah, none of your opportunity attacks hit him. Cloudy.
Ray, what is Bryseis' charisma at the moment?
I'll check for you.
Her charisma is...
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have 4 bardic inspiration, not 3.
Is Cloudy going to do anything?
No, he's just gonna stay here.
Okay.
And,
End of
like,
Cloudy's turn.
Hold in case someone attacks again.
End of Cloudy's turn. Strahd's going to take a legendary action to move another 30 feet. He's leaving.
when somebody goes to the ethereal plane, they're like, right?
They're gone. Unless you can go ethereal as well, they're gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe sometimes force damage can
Sun.
work, but that's in a different
No,
system.
no, Sage, Harry. I just skipped Sage. Sage, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll cure wounds Sun.
Okay.
Oh, 9. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
No worries. That's one.
Sun.
I get up, I look around, and I just roar in anger.
End of your turn, Strahd's going to continue moving away. Because of course he is.
We can't see him anymore. I don't
Anymore,
think
yeah.
anyone can.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think we can just kill the turn tracker at this point.
Yeah, okay. I'm just checking that none of you are going to try anything.
Mm.
No.
And a few seconds later, maybe 10, 20 seconds later, turns back to day and you see a bat flying off in the distance.
Okay, well that went freaking well.
You guys nearly killed Bucephalus outright.
That was the intention.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the plan. As soon as they were like trying to get Irina away with her or him, I don't know, with the nightmare. I figured taking the horse out was an idea.
Alright, I'm taking a health potion and everybody else is the same because we've got to keep moving.
Umbra, remember to check Esmeralda's equipment.
I have taken the holy water off.
Okay.
Can we take a
health
short
potion-
rest?
Yeah, short rest.
Yes.
And we're gonna get going.
Okay.
What do I roll for a potion?
2d4 plus 2. If you have a potion of healing.
I do.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2. And yes, if you guys are calling a short rest, then I'm also going to call the break here. Let's meet back at 5 past.
Alright.
Alright, 9 points now. Whoop.
Yes, that does mean you guys get to spend hit dice.
Yes, that was the idea.
Alright, how do you do the hit dice? You just click on them?
Yep.
That's cocked.
Apologies if this breaks anything.
Woo, look at that! I got
Okay,
a
that was not
9.
what I wanted. That was not what I wanted at all.
I got 16 coming back. I'm gonna do one more. Boom! Look at this! Holy crap, I'm gonna feel good on this. Alright, I used 3.
Each of my roll, I get
Also-
one more.
Don't forget, by the way, if you're taking a long rest, there is
Short
Bryce's
rest.
Song of Rest.
Yep,
Yes.
short rest, so an extra d6 for everyone spending hit dice. Zesi, are you spending hit dice to heal?
Yeah, I was just waiting for everyone to do their rolls first.
Okay.
Oh, can I do healing song of rest?
That's automatic on a short
Yes.
rest.
Assumed.
Okay. So is that the D6?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Oh, we got our butts kicked, but we will be better. Let's roll it. Let's roll the dice and get filled up, and we'll kick his butt.
Then Zesi.
Oh, I did spend 5 hit dice, but I am back to
Okay, I need to count mine. So that's 2, 10, 19, 26.
Oh, come on.
What's 26 plus 9?
35.
Thank you.
That-
I'm almost up to health.
Why is it that when I'm hungover and feeling crappy, I'm actually good at math? Mental math.
Ah,
Mm.
but you know what to do next time you have a math exam.
Yeah, just
something.
wait till the night before.
I think they should allow us to drink it, like, you know, just a little bit. And man,
Anyway.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, anyway, meet back at 5 past.
Gonna chuck a few eggs in the pan, be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh, I'll be right back. Oh, no. Oh, oh,
hit point maximum's restoring a long rest, right?
Yes. Basically, if you're counterspelling a spell that's above the slot that you're counterspelling in, and as a warlock, eventually you will always counterspell 5th level or lower. If you choose to counterspell, it's a spellcasting ability check, and you have to meet 10 plus the spell level. So the DC for counterspelling Blight was 14.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually really hoping
But
you
it
would
says you're
counterspell
rolling,
that.
So the DC is like 1,000,000 because you'll never hit it anyway.
I was actually really hoping you would manage to counterspell that, but you know.
Yeah. Glad I didn't. It would just get Strahd more pissed off at me.
Oops, that was the battle music, not session music.
I'm back.
Hi, back.
Hi. Hey, stop! Stop it! Stop! Buddy, please. How are you doing? Jamie,
Hmm?
how are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm sorry I couldn't get any rest, but I'm doing fine.
How much did we get from the Song of Rest?
That's an extra
D6.
D6.
We all rolled our own D6, do we?
Yes.
Yes, because Bryseis sung that awesome song.
Beautiful. That'll do it. I'm now at 27 of 38, but that's my max right now.
Good job.
Onyx has been by me all day. Jamie, you still need to send me that link, huh?
Which link?
For the books.
They're expensive as fuck.
Oh, just send them. I want to see.
Like, each of the books is 50 quid.
You have a birthday coming up, can you see?
Also remember that this is still on stream.
I know. I didn't say when your birthday was.
I mean, it takes like 2 seconds to Google.
Thank you.
When I say they're expensive,
I know they don't take long to Google, but I wanted to make sure I had them.
I am.
welcome back.
So the whole series?
Was that right?
The whole series?
What do you mean the whole series?
Like, they have the player's handbook that you sent me.
Yeah, scroll down to the bottom
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see more of them down there.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
This is the official D&D website.
Yeah, I see that.
All of them are $50. It's stupid.
A little.
Why the hell is Skag $40? Jesus.
I don't know. It's so thin.
Like, Out of the Abyss, Prince of the Apocalypse, Horde of the Dragon Queen, Strahd, and all of that I can understand. But Skag? When it's that small?
Actually, the 2 Dragon Queens the 2 Tiamat ones are cheaper, aren't they?
I will check.
I'm pretty sure they're a bit cheaper.
Yeah, Rise of Tiamat is $29.95.
Yeah.
I guess hot DQ is also $29.95 because technically, because basically they've split the adventure into two.
Yeah.
So technically they're getting $60 rather than $50 for the same thing.
But it does cover up to level 15, I think.
Fair. I mean, I might go and acquire those eventually to give myself other stuff to run, but at the moment, focus is this game.
Yeah, if they put them on roll 20, like they've done for Strahd, I might get them and run them.
I mean, I would happily play that. Let me see what Wizards of the Coast stuff that is on roll 20.
I'm pretty sure Strahd and SKT and TOA and Tells are the only ones that are here yet.
I'm just waiting for Manon and Umbra to get back, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here, I'm just eating.
Okay, so we're waiting for the drunk.
Just that turn.
Yeah. Tales of the Yawning Portal, obviously Monster Manual Volos.
Yeah.
TOA, COS, SKT, Elmop. These are all in, yeah. Yeah, those are all they have on roll 20 at the moment,
Yeah, I thought so.
which is annoying.
Well, hopefully they will go back and edit the older ones.
Stop!
By the way, I don't think Esmeralda's going to be needed for anything for the next like 10 minutes most.
Doubt it.
Right, so don't bother waiting for me.
Okay.
I shouldn't be
Alright.
too long, but just
Go make food.
oh, it's making me at the moment.
Okay.
I kind of cranked up the heat a bit too much, so it makes it poppy.
Okay, so with everyone back and Umbra trying to hide, coming back from the break, welcome back to Curse of Strahd. With that defeat in the woods, you guys take the time to rest and recover from the injuries inflicted.
Can I read for 1 more hour while we do a short rest?
Fine.
Yeah, no, I get all my inspirations back too.
Yes. And remember, you have 4. And you guys continue. You guys continue your ride down towards Vallaki. Surprisingly, nothing opposes you in the entire journey. It takes you most of the rest of the day, but eventually you find your way back to the Svalich Road and start heading towards Vallaki. You reach the crossroads and head up, and as you get closer, it becomes more and more obvious that smoke is rising from Vallaki.
I hate this place. I
Yeah.
hate this place.
As the town comes into sight, where before you saw guards posted at the gates, now appears to be none. But even from this distance, you can make out 2 figures hanging, one on either side of this gate leading into Vallaki.
I saw that in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
People.
Anyone who's interested in the identity of these people, make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
16.
For
How can I never see perception?
Ironic.
You know,
All of
just
you,
because you're cute.
all of you can make out that this is the Burgomaster and his wife.
Ooh.
Well, I guess we're no banned from the city.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, if y'all want to stay here,
No.
oh, good.
should we check out the town?
Remember, we got a dead dwarf in the bag, people. Dead dwarf in the bag. Maybe we can check it out on the way back.
Yeah.
Is it like a lot of smoke, like the whole city, or?
It looks like
Does it seem to
individual
be-
plumes of smoke.
Mm.
Doesn't look like the entire city is on fire. From its location,
My
you can
dream.
guess that definitely the church is on fire. There's more plumes deeper in.
This place.
In my dream, Isaac fled the city. I might still come across him. Later,
Do you know what happened? Did you see?
I saw the church on fire, dead shambling through the streets, people in long dark robes, and something like the remnants of a riot.
I had a dream too.
What did you dream about?
Silas dying.
Oh. Do you think he could be? Same as mine?
I hope not.
Do you know where he was?
In the woods. He was running, fleeing, I think. There were wolves. And a red blade. DM, did it look
Yeah.
like Ruby Fang?
Yeah. Yeah, that was Ruby Fang. I gave you the more stylistic rather than the factual.
Yeah. I think Strahd killed him. I would say hopefully it's just a dream. I have no connection to the gods or whatever. But this place...
Yeah. Let's go
Are you guys going into Vallaki or around?
around.
Around.
Okay. As you pass around the edge of the walls of the town of Vallaki, it becomes more obvious. I'm going to assume you go the southern way rather than the way towards Lake Zarovich.
Yeah.
It becomes more obvious there's no guards posted at any of the guard posts. Though you occasionally think you catch motion, but looking closer, you're not sure. You pass the next gate, and it becomes obvious that the Burgomaster's mansion is on fire. Continue
Do we want
walking.
Do we want to go check on Blinsky?
Oh. Gosh, doggy.
It looks like another
dear.
plume of fire is rising from... Oh, another plume of smoke is rising from over where the stockyard was, where the coffin makers was, and where Rictavio had his wagon before you guys left. You could guess...
The Blinsky store?
There doesn't appear to be a second plume of smoke close to the one from the Burgomaster's mansion.
Okay.
But it looks like for certain the church, the Burgomaster's mansion, and the coffin makers are gone.
I'm fine with this. Just not the toys.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Good idea. Let's just keep going. We'll check back in on them on the way back.
You continue walking, and it becomes abundantly clear that yes, Blinsky's store is fine. It's only the Burgomaster's that has been set on fire. And the coffin makers is definitely gone, and it looks like most of the stockyard was burned with it. You continue walking past, and you finally catch a real glimpse of motion inside the stockyard. A shambling undead. Looks like one of the guards has been converted into the same kind of zombie that you saw Strahd raise at the church.
Oh, fun. Yeah. I'll go back in there to help with, but I'm not going to stay there very long when we come back. Just FYI.
You continue walking and make your way past the town of Vallaki. And you continue on the road. The sun is starting to come down. You've got maybe an hour or two left to travel. You're going to have to find somewhere to camp on the road. Or set up the mansion on the road.
Yeah.
Strahd is going mad, isn't he?
Apparently, yeah.
Going?
Hmm?
Going?
I'm pretty sure that man has been mad for a while now.
I'm
But
going
I'm not
more
one to
mad.
judge. I am not one to judge.
I mean, so far he hadn't been just laying ruin. He was lording over these people, but now he's just destroying everything.
Maybe because there are threats against him now. But I'm not gonna say that too loud.
Do I hear that?
Make a perception check.
17.
You probably hear Bryseis mutter it.
Yeah, threats. Us. I just look at her pack where I know the bag of holding is. Such threats we are. Can't even protect our own.
We're getting there. Accidents do happen, and stupidity still happens.
You guys continue riding for a couple more hours until you have to rest.
We set up camp.
Should we use the mansion?
Bryseis can mansion once a day.
Right.
Do I need to like do anything for that?
It's a once a day ability, lasts for 12 hours.
Okay. Alright. So, how well does she get to make all this? Like, do I have limits?
You, unlike Mordecai, has had years to refine the spell, and I will increase the limit that you have as you level up, but you have the standard limit as it stands of Magnificent Mansion.
Okay.
So, you can create any floor plan you like, but the space can't exceed 50 cubes, each cube being 10 feet on each side. It's furniture decorated as you choose, contains sufficient food to serve a 9-course banquet for up to 100 people. But beyond that, you can pretty much create anything. Just be aware of it doesn't have the infinite size of Mordekainen's.
Okay. So they're starting to make camp, and she goes, guys. We don't have to act like some lord now, sleeping on the dirt. Stand back. I so got this. Are we ready to see my vision?
We kinda all stare at her,
Alright.
waiting.
She gets a really weird grin on her face. And she starts constructing this mansion.
Well, you create the doorway, your mental image. Literally, you just create the doorway. Your mental image beyond creates the mansion.
Okay, so she creates the doorway. The doorway can look any way I want it, right?
The doorway is 5 feet wide, 10 feet tall. It's basically just a small portal.
Can it have a sign above it?
No.
Okay.
The portal, the entrance always looks the same way.
Okay. So yeah, boring portal. Okay. So she's gonna make the portal. Alright? And she is gonna say, turn around and say, give me like 30 seconds. And she's gonna go inside the portal.
Oh, it's already created beyond.
Oh, I thought she had to like take a second to create it. Okay.
No.
Never mind. Okay. Alright.
No, because the mansion is created instantaneously beyond the doorway. It is already created when you step inside.
Okay. Alright. So she does step inside, and she's gonna take out of her bag the unicorn rug that she got. And she's gonna put it down, and she's gonna just look around and smile, and I'll let you guys know what you see.
Okay. Do you guys follow?
We sure.
You step inside. What do they see when they step inside?
Okay. Alright, so there is not as big of a big area as the Mordecai mansion, but it still has a nice entryway with a beautiful crystal chandelier, and it looks like you have these vibrant red walls and black overtones on the on the trim. And in the corner is a piano, but instead of the grand whiteness of it, it is a jet black piano with Bryseis carved onto the lid. Okay, then if you look beyond that, there is rooms that go off to the sides of this grand room with a fireplace, a velvet red chair that sits in front with a rug that is not an animal skin rug. It is actually going to be like a faux carpet of
Oh,
grass
fuck.
and leaves. Okay? Then she is also going to have wall to wall in this room. If it's not her real dolls, it's the look of all dolls in the room, and toys and wires that have strings of the toys going back and across the room. The room itself is furry with plush walls that are striped in red.
Sounds like a horror house.
Welcome, guys, to my sister's twisted imagination.
There are pillows all over the ground instead of chairs. Just that one chair, and at each one of the pillows there is a basket of fruit and wine set out for anybody who would like it. For two, set up for two. And then there is all the rooms on the other side would be made for each person to go into those rooms. And each one is designed. They're not as big as, of course, the other mansion, but each person has their own room and their own specially designed bed and all the comforts of home in their room.
Sorry to cut you off, Ray. Just a note, guys. Roll20 are about to do a full server restart, so it might kick us out of the game. If you do get DC from Roll20, you know why. Just give it a moment.
Okay.
All right, and then of course the servants are already around.
Yeah, they're running around.
And Bryseis will be offering a vegan course for everybody tonight.
Salad.
No.
Of course, the vegan is going to tell you that she's a vegan.
Is Bryseis actually a vegan?
Yeah.
Have you not noticed that she hasn't eaten meat at all the whole time?
I mean, Brammyr, when I was playing him, kind of was focusing on his own food.
She legitly is a vegan. No clue why she's a vegan, but in my mind,
Okay, I'm surprised, but okay, sorry, continue.
very posh thing, I guess.
We did mention it before because
Yeah.
there were definitely meat jokes.
Yeah. So yes, basically her mansion place, and it does look like a French brothel. So yes, go ahead. But yes, and as you enter your rooms, if you go into your rooms, you can, I'll describe them to you as you go. There is a dining hall over, so to the front is where all the big room is. Over to the right is the kitchen, and to the left is a dining room. So, and that's pretty much it to this mansion. There is a room off to the side of the great room, which is a library, but it's just full of just so it's not anything too much in that room. And that's Bryseis' Cuddle Dungeon. Enjoy.
That was perfectly timed, you have no idea, by the way. Thank you for such a long and intimate description of the entire place.
Sorry.
No,
Allowed you
I'm-
to eat?
I am being genuinely serious because having conversations with Mr. DM so he didn't need to do anything now. so appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry for derailing. Go on.
No, we're in. They're being served things like, yes, salad, but we're also getting fried tofu and fried eggplant parmesan and, very nice vegan food.
You know, Bryseis might,
Quesadillas.
if they eat this for long enough, the rest of the group might be pushed straight into Strahd's arms to actually eat meat again.
It's just for the first night of tomorrow, but give me my first night of
I've got the reason why she does it. It's to make your guys' blood taste so atrocious that Strahd will never want to bite you again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sinks his teeth into it and goes, "Puh, oh, vegan."
That's what if you would have bit Bryseis, that should have been.
Yeah, so, you head inside and sit at the table for Bryce's vegan show.
Yeah.
Oh, there will be a show.
It's a vegan brothel.
I mean, depending on people in the group, some people might be happy about that.
Sort of hands in the pocket as Gerald looks around. Well, I've
Okay.
certainly seen worse.
All right. So wait. You can barely see the servants, right?
They are blah, blah, blah. Staff of 100 near transparent servants attends all who enter. You decide the visual appearance of these servants and their attire.
Okay. This is what they are wearing. The guys.
They're
complete and
genderless.
utter- Huh?
They're
Oh,
genderless.
genderless? Man. So
You
like,
can dress some of them up as guys and some of them up as girls.
that's what we're gonna do. The ones I'm declaring as men are going to have bow ties around their neck, speedos, and nothing else.
Oh my god.
They are man handy. I might even put a little shimmer on their bodies too. The girls are going to have a super style Bryseis, because what better style of that? Which basically is going to, but they're not meant for combat, so they're going to have beautiful drapings coming off their arms, and they're going to have beautiful flowing skirts, nothing on top except for a teeny tiny bra, and there will be some of them that will be putting on a lovely dancing show, buddy.
Can you make me a perform check for the dancing servants?
Sure.
What does everyone else do while this is going on, by the way?
They suck at it.
Oh my god.
It's not the best performance you guys have ever seen, but you can tell that Bryseis is trying, getting used to the abilities of the spell.
You could just turn that as it's comically bad. It's like so bad, it's actually good.
Doing interpretive.
No, I'm going to say that because it's the first time she's used it, they're still getting used to it, and she's still getting used to getting them to do it.
Well, they're not the best, but they...
Yeah, so, I'm assuming you guys take your seats at the table?
Sun is mostly staring,
By the way,
almost
that
shell
table
shocked.
At what,
is
though?
made of
At
ivory
everything.
with gold trim on everything. Think of Liberace dining room. Big crystal chandelier, candles everywhere. And there is a huge mirror on the side that is also trimmed in gold. Big, huge paintings on the walls. Mostly of Bryseis at different stages of life. There you see her as a child with her little blue ribbons. Another one when she's a little older, with more dolls are in her hands now. There is another where you can kind of make out in the far background, you see a grumpy other tiefling who looks very jealous of her. It kind of looks like Zesi. And then of course a grand portrait of her as she is now, surrounded by all her dolls.
Why did I give this to you?
Exactly for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, So I'm assuming you guys take your seat at the table.
They do.
Zesi.
I walk straight up to the table set for two, swipe the vegan crappy food onto the floor, pick up the bottle of wine, and just neck it until I am drunk, the room is spinning, and I don't have to pay attention to my surroundings. I'm in this place. This is exactly what I pictured it would be as Zesi, and he just still doesn't like it.
Is he going to be okay?
Oh, he's fine. I figured he'd be used to this by now. You should see the bedroom.
How could one ever be used to this?
Oh, Zesi, just wait till you see your room.
Hello,
You're gonna
Twitter.
love it.
It is exactly what I expected.
What was that?
You said hello Twitter, so I'm like, taking the quote that you said there.
Yeah, Zesi's not going to his room. He is on this table for two, head down, and this is where he's staying for the night.
It's actually a
It's
blanket.
bad where he is, so he doesn't want to be anywhere else. His room would be exactly not what he wants, because he knows his sister.
Have faith. You never know.
Sonia's gonna be picking at her food again.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat, drink beer, and go to my room and read.
How much longer are you reading for?
How much can I read?
I mean, the mansion
still sleep.
the mansion only lasts for 12 hours, so you can get another 4 hours of reading, I would say, or that you're basically gonna have to rush out at the end of the timer.
Yeah. Works. Thank you.
Which brings you up to 30 total.
Yes.
Sage.
Umbra.
No, 30. Yes, 30.
Sage. Sage. Can I describe your room?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sage, as you walk into your very quaint little room, the holy symbol of your god is the foremost thing on the wall for you. There is also a beautiful, organic looking nook for you to read in, with soft lighting and the softest that you can imagine bench for you to either lay or sit as you read. There is a bed that is somewhat feminine, but has this aura of like just peace and serenity, as it has a little what are those things? It almost looks like a mosquito net, but it's softer.
Yeah.
And so over the canopy of your bed.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, can you describe Brammyr? Sorry, too soon.
You'll have to make ramen things for him when he enters it. It'll be a surprise for him.
I think this entire thing is going to be a surprise for him.
Right.
After eating Esmeralda's going to excuse herself, thank for the dinner, and head off to retire, sleep and rest, and polish up her equipment.
Esmeralda's room isn't that decked out because Bryseis doesn't know her very well. And so she is going to kind of make it just very like homey, and makes it almost like a what she thinks a gypsy would like. So it's very wooden, almost looks like a wagon kind of thing. And her bed is like, and so it's very simple, but very comfortable, and that's her.
All right.
So, Manon, that message you just received.
Yes. I should have kept track of what that said, but it's great. It's amazing.
Hey, you can find the three messages. Well, you can find the first message somewhere back up in our chat history.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Feel free
Somewhere.
to let the others know what Sage has been reading.
Okay.
Book
Or
of
don't.
Exalted Deeds, secret side effect, kills Strahd by looking at him.
So, who's going to be heading to the... Well, Zesi's passed out, I guess, eventually... Well, where is Sun going to sleep?
What did you do with the bag of holding?
Bryseis would have made a special altar with a picture of Brammyr above that altar, and it would sit into a, like, didn't he drink, like, his favorite thing was mead, or, like, something like that? What was his favorite drink?
He was an ale drinker as a
Ale.
dwarf.
Yeah,
was.
and he puts the bag of holding into a very large ale-looking mug, and sets him inside of that for safekeeping. 2 candles on each side.
Sun?
Sun is gonna stop in front of that. She's gonna put her hand on the giant mug, sigh, and go towards the room Bryseis told her would be hers.
Okay, so as you walk into this room, the first thing that hits you is a gust of tropical air. You can see a lovely hammock hanging up high for you to sleep in. The room itself looks like it has foliage on the ground, remembrance of... You have like a tropical climate home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So just think of that idea and like kind of a jungle. No.
Marco?
Paolo?
Carlo?
Okay. I was wondering for a second if suddenly silence. So.
No, is it like kind of like a jungle? I don't know the area.
Chult is the jungle, yes.
Yeah, Chult is.
Jungle, I thought.
Yeah.
So yes, it's very much like you can almost hear the slight calls of the creatures that you familiar with as you doze off in a total serene space that is very reminiscent of your home. And there is a special little area for your woofie that is set up with a super large bed, complete with bone, food, and a blanket with the name Cloudy on it.
Aww.
But Ray, is the hammock
it's-
big enough for 2? For when Brammyr comes back?
She can make it when Fire comes back right now.
Is Bryseis next to the door or something when at that point, or has she
She could.
already? Yeah.
No, she could, because she's kind of seen
Yeah.
reactions.
Sun's gonna turn around and just give Bryseis a big hug. Thank you. And she's gonna like put her things down and get ready for bed.
I'm glad you like it. I know we all kind of needed it. Now, we can just get Zesi to go to school. She gets an evil grin as she shuts Sun's door. Good night.
And with Zesi asleep on the table, Bryseis, you eventually head off to your own room, and you will fall asleep in the comfort of Bryseis' mansion. You rise in the morning to whatever breakfast you wish to prepare for you. Sorry, Ray, I'm going to have to kind of move this forward because time.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Whatever breakfast Bryseis prepares for you, and right as the mansion's about to expire, Sage, you come dashing out having completed your 4 hours of reading.
Yeah.
And you will head outside to begin your day with the horses.
Whilst we ride, I'll tell them about the book and, well, what I've read.
What does Sage say about the book?
I've put it in the chat just so they know just a story. It's a good story. Can you pin it, please?
Oh yeah, pin it.
Ooh, pin it.
Yep.
I'll edit it as I go.
Okay.
Okay.
and you guys begin your ride for the day along the Sarlich Road. It seems like as you're heading towards Castle Ravenloft, technically speaking, nothing on the road is here to bother you. You travel, you see Lake Zarovich over to your left, the plumes of smoke from Vallaki disappearing from behind you, you make it round the bend, you start heading towards the Bone Grinder, nothing. It's almost eerily silent, not even the ravens overhead.
Still keeping an eye out, especially towards the forest for anything.
Noted. And you guys continue riding, and eventually you reach the fork in the road that leads to the Bone Grinder.
I sure hope she's home. Sage,
Yes.
that book of yours,
Mhm.
it has like conditions, right?
Yes. Yes. I cannot. I cannot be evil. I cannot
I don't think you can
Ill-
be evil.
be willing to do evil things.
We are going to go bargain with the hag. Maybe.
I'll stay outside.
Yeah, keep the horses company.
Yeah. Oh well.
You trust this hag?
Trust.
Not
Well,
as far as I could throw her, but it's only.
and she can't throw very far.
No, I can't. Kind of weakling.
She has not done us ill so far. She has honored her bargains. And as far as we know, unlike the previous occupants of this place, she does not bake pies out of people.
Though.
Although they were very good pies.
You just said that in the same sentence. Made out of people, but good pies. Just remember that.
Esmeralda is giving you a funny look.
It was magic, alright? Not my fault.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Is there anything that you'd like me to try to prepare for before we deal with this? The protection spells that you might need?
What is it that you can do?
Protection from evil. I was meaning to try and cast it in our earlier fight, but they got the drop.
I don't think she's going to attack us, but better safe than sorry.
Who would like it? I can only do it to one.
Give it to Bryseis.
Yeah, I probably will be negotiating with. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright. I'll cast that just before we get to the bone grinder because it lasts up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'll ping it to use that as well.
Okay.
I believe she is a fae, right, Jenny?
She would actually be a fiend.
She's a fiend? Okay.
Still comes under at least.
Night hag.
Before I let them go, I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement on Sun.
Roll me a d6, please.
Yes. 1d6.
Only the one
That's
use
not
until
for the
your
day.
next long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sun.
Sun, you have freedom of movement on you.
Cool. Okay. Thank you. Let's do this.
Okay. You guys head on up to the bone grinder. You guys head on up to the door.
Bryseis takes a long breath, gets takes off her broom, puts it away, and knocks on the door.
Yes, who is it? Come in. Come in, come in, come in. Can I speak to Jenny? Come in. And the door swings open.
Bryseis steps in, kind of looking around.
It hasn't changed much from when you've last been here, but it seems like the oven's been ripped out and replaced with a cauldron. It seems like there's a big table in the centre of the room now. She's made some changes, but not masses. There's still, a couple barrels of black ichor and stuff like that here. Not the most pleasant place, but at least Jenny doesn't appear to be baking any children into pies.
Jenny, we kind of need a favor.
She comes down the stairs like, yes, was it? Ah! Yes, it's you guys. What can old Jenny do for you? Here, come in, sit down. Let me draw you up a chair. And she literally takes out some chalk and draws a chair in the air that then materialises when she's done. And she does that a few more times for each of you.
Well, Bryseis takes out the bag of holding, sets it in the middle of the table, and goes, "Dead dwarf, can ya fix it?"
Sorry. I can't help but thinking, that's not a dead wolf, that's a bag.
She kind of raised her eyebrows. It says, there, of course, will be a price.
We have money.
Not just gold. You have to do Jenny here a bit of a favour.
Oh my god.
What is it that you want?
For this, considering what you've done for me in the past, and how you got me this place to live, 1,000 gold, and between you, you have to come up with a secret of enough power or import to others in the group for this to be worth it. I will know if you lie, and you have to say it openly in front of everybody.
Oh my god. This is just like when me and my friend went there.
Hey, Hobbit.
Brammyr's dead. Brammyr will remain dead.
Oh.
Can I look at all my companions and try and study their faces, see if they look as confused as I do?
Make an insight check.
Can I have what it was in writing down, just so I didn't...
Jenny's price.
Yeah.
22.
Does anyone look particularly surprised or like they know an answer out of any of you guys?
Bryseis is like, it looks like she's just thinking. Like, what can I say? What can I say?
Bear with a second. What was the roll again, sorry?
22.
Bryseis kind of hit the light bulb.
Esmeralda seems just stoic. Esmeralda just seems stoic and stone-faced at this.
What was the actual thing we had to do?
A secret of enough power or import to others in the group.
She will know if you lie.
Do we each have to say this, or just one of us?
Any one secret or any collective secret.
Well, I'm afraid I cannot really assist you, as she turns to the party. In this, as I have not really been part of your group for very long.
I'm trying to think. Hey Zesi, did you roll deception?
No?
What do I read on Zesi's face?
What does
Now
she...
I did.
Oh god.
Oh.
What do I read on Zesi's face?
Zesi has secrets.
Zesi?
Who's going first?
Zesi?
Yeah.
What is it?
The hag's grinning.
It's basically thing as if I said.
This is Brammyr's life.
Zesi, look, if I say something or tell something, you two,
Possibly.
and it's not going to be something stupid. I'm being serious. You slept across the hall from this man. We gotta do something.
And what if he doesn't come back? What's our guarantees?
If the ritual fails for any reason, you'll get your gold back doubled.
And how much is it costing?
1,000 gold.
1,000.
It would normally be 1,250. She's already knocked 250 off the price. So if the ritual fails, she will give you. Wait, how many of you are there? There's 5 of you alive at the moment with Glom, right?
Yeah.
Yes. If the ritual fails, she will give you 2,000 gold to split between you.
What do you say, Zesi? I'll go first.
Sure, why not? It's gonna happen sooner or later.
Okay. Bryseis takes a deep breath. I don't know if this affects the party, but it is a secret. She kind of looks over at Jenny. I act like I've been with so many people and that to get advantages. But I've only been with one person. And they crushed me.
She focuses.
And that's why,
Oh, go ahead.
that's why I never get close to you guys. Because of what he did. I still love you guys as family. I just can't get close.
She focuses a look on you for a long moment. It makes the skin on the back of your neck crawl to catch this look. Not quite what I was looking for, but we'll see if any of the others have anything to add to this.
I don't have secrets. I have stories that I think some stories I've told you, some stories I haven't. But
She looks around everyone. Gaisling is on one or two
I
people.
don't know.
Gaisling is on one or two people in the room who it's none of you are able to determine, apart from those that are fixated with the look that already know. Someone in this room is holding on to something very, very significant. However, if they truly don't wish to reveal it, well, you will have to come up with something equal to the young tiefling here. And she reaches out with a clawed hand, Bryseis, and just cups your cheek for a moment and gives you a small nod and takes her hand away.
And Bryseis just kind of backs up. It's like, no touching. And kind of looks over at Zesi. Hold up your end of the bargain.
Everyone else first.
Sun doesn't
Alright.
have anything. Does she?
There's Manon.
Not here.
Esmeralda?
Yeah, Sage is waiting outside.
Esmeralda, I don't think has anything.
Blom hasn't been with the party long.
Nope.
I wish I had something.
It's okay.
So do I.
Zesi has something. I know it. I can see it in your face.
Can you though, or are you just guessing?
Oh, she can see it in your face.
Zesi, please.
I think everybody can see it in my...
Yeah.
What was that, Mia?
Zesi, please.
He's just standing there silent, contemplating. Desperately trying to think of something else. Stringing his hands together. Fine. You want to know what it is? Fine. Has to come out sooner or later. I suppose, truth be told, I'm a murderer. That's my secret. I've killed, not in the way that we do for the greater good. Me personally, definitely greater good. End result is I'm a murderer. And I murdered a member of my family. Our family. Be the day I come to stay with you. I murdered our father in cold blood. I'd had enough. And I pull the blade out of my pocket. Still covered in his blood. This is what I used to kill him, and I just throw it on the floor of these feet. And he is no more.
The hag starts to reach for it.
Bryseis hits her hand.
Yeah.
She looks annoyed for a second and says, very well. Fratricide. That's one hell of a secret, young tiefling. That will do.
I
Bring
just
him
walk
out.
straight out the room.
Esmeralda's just watching you.
Bring him out. Provide the gold. Let's do this.
Zesi hasn't picked her jaw up off the floor. She's just speechless. Bryseis.
Then yeah, the hag says, bring him out onto the table. Bring him the gold. Let's do this. Have any of you been
We have to.
Have any of you been present at a spell casting like this before?
No.
How much? We all gotta put in gold here.
We have gold in the bag of holding.
Okay, how much is in there?
We have 800 gold coins and 1,200 platinum, which technically is 600 gold. Not
Okay, so
platinum, electro. I'm sorry.
She needs 1,000 gold or equivalent.
Yeah, so I have some money on myself too. I'm gonna pull out 100 gold from my own pack.
I'll pull out 100 gold from my own pack as well. With the 800, that should be enough. And Bryseis is so torn between going after Zesi and watching this ritual right now.
I'm going to need up to 3 of you to assist
Yeah,
with
we're
this
not
ritual.
going through your pockets, Brammyr.
There's only 3 present, isn't there now?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Zesi walked out and Sage is outside. I need up to 3 of you to assist with this ritual. Some,
So Bryseis can't leave.
she said up to. Could be 0, could be 3 with Esmeralda.
would 3 make a better chance of him coming back?
3 successes, yeah, it's more chances to succeed. Then again, it's also more chances to fail.
Then let's hurry up. I have other stuff now. I have to.
You need to contribute, try and persuade his soul to come back to his body. This is powerful magic. Okay, so for those of you who don't know the Critical Role Resurrection rules, for after each successful return to life, just as a note, the DC for this ritual does increase by 1. So Brammyr, if you come back, the DC for this ritual for you in future is 11. I'm half tempted.
Now it is 10.
Yep, I'm half tempted to say it will be 12, but I think that's a little too harsh with how easily I kill you guys. Okay. If a character is dead and a resurrection is attempted by a spell or spell effect with along with a 1 action casting time, which Raise Dead is, let me check the exact time for spell. It is
Basically anything
1
other
hour.
than Revivify.
Yeah. A resurrection challenge is initiated. Up to 3 members of the adventuring party can offer to contribute to the ritual via a contribution skill check. You need to each make a check based on whatever contribution you put in, and I quietly decide the DC depending on how helpful I think that contribution would be. For example, praying to the god of the devout fallen character might require a religion check, while loudly demanding the soul of the fallen to return from the ether may return an intimidation check at varying difficulties. After all contributions are completed, I then make a single final resurrection success check with no modifier. Base DC is 10, increasing by 1 for each previous successful resurrection. For every successful contribution, this DC is decreased by 3. Every fail increases it by 1. Upon a successful check, the player's soul, should it be willing, will be returned to the body and the ritual succeeded. On a failed check, the soul does not return and the character is lost.
It's actually happening, guys.
The only way to bypass this ritual is Revivify within a minute, or True Resurrection and Wish.
Which are like super high level spells, so not happening.
So, Jenny starts the casting of the ritual. It's going to take her about an hour to do. So, Sage, if you want to contribute and place someone in the room, then you're welcome to. Sun.
Sun is going to sit at one of the chairs and wait for when her contribution is needed.
Jenny started the chanting. Sage,
Can Bryseis do a performance to contribute?
she will be able to. Sage, are you wanting to swap him for someone in the room?
I can.
Do you want to swap him for Esmeralda or Bryseis?
Yes, I will.
Esmeralda. Okay, so
Esmeralda.
Sage is joining.
Yeah. Is it alright?
Yep.
She doesn't know Brammyr, so.
I had something in mind if it had fallen on it.
Okay.
She's more than willing to allow someone who is closer and more invested in this to
Okay. Bryseis,
do that.
for a while she's focused on casting this spell. About 15 minutes in, she looks up, opens her eyes and focuses directly at you.
At me?
Yes.
Okay. Bryseis is kind of out of this world right now. Like, she has got so much on her head that I don't know if she's singing this to Brammyr or if she's singing it to the dagger on the floor. But she kind of softly looks back at the dwarf and sings. I'll just do it, of course it isn't. Fallen angel, not dark, never thought you would. Fallen angel, close your eyes, I won't let you fall tonight. Fallen angel.
Okay. Bryseis, can you please make me a performance check? Umbra,
Yep, I registered that.
Noted.
That's not the worst.
She continues on the ritual. About 15 minutes later, Sage, she looks at you.
Right. I'm gonna pray to God. And I'm gonna say, I know he's not a devout, but he's a good drinking companion. He never say no to another drink. He's a brave warrior, always in the center of the fray, and he's proved his might in battle several times. Eh, It was partly my fault he died. Please help bring him back.
Make me a religion check, please.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Continue discussing. Another 15 minutes or so go by. Another 20. She opens her eyes again. Looks straight at you, Sam.
Sun is holding she's holding a potion, and it's the potion she had given Brammyr. She leans over him, and she puts her hand on through his graying hair. Like, for a moment she goes, "They are really getting grayer and grayer. You're an idiot. You tell me to be careful, and then you don't listen to your own advice. You're an idiot. And I'm an idiot. And I don't know what I feel. But I know I want you back, so you better come back." And she pours the potion down his throat.
Is this the supreme potion?
Yep. I have now wasted my 2 potions of supreme healing.
Okay, let me just decide on the DC.
Come on, dude. You got 3 girls here
Can you make
back. If that's not enough.
Can you make me a persuasion check, please?
Yep. Persuasion. I have a +5 to that.
I am sweating right now. Sweating.
I am literally crying right now.
Aw.
That's a 19.
Okay,
I can take a picture if you don't believe me.
I believe you. Okay.
I'm seeing all these DCs. He is sending me over DCs, so I'm fully aware of everything. There is no fudging here.
Yep. She continues to cast for the final 10 minutes. Finally brings her hands up, says you recognise it as the final gesture in the ritual to restore life to a fallen body. Brings her hands down. Here comes the roll. DC is 5.
Oh.
Brammyr, on the table. You're taking a breath, and your eyes open. 2 successes, 1 failure. Final DC was 5.
I look around.
You see Sun in tears. Sage, I'm not sure, and Bryseis, again, I'm not sure.
Smirking.
Bryseis looks deep, but in the same breath, she does not look well.
Is everyone okay?
Well, you
Better
weren't.
now? Yeah. Okay, son, just kiss him already, for the love of God, and and Bryseis like
I'm gonna throw the empty potion vial at Bryseis in Bryseis' direction, not to actually hit her, but
Make
in
a
her
dexterity
direction.
check, please.
Um,
With disadvantage.
Fudge. My first roll was a 17 natural, the second is a natural 1.
You hit Bryseis.
Sorry.
The tears in your eyes make her aim more on target you're aiming to be, and you hit Bryseis square on the nose.
God. Okay, maybe I deserve that. True.
Sorry.
So,
Bryseis picks up the dagger and walks after. She's not saying anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Bryseis. Didn't mean to actually hit you.
Taking a dagger. And
if I can sit up, I'll sit up.
Yep. You're not bound. Looking around, you notice that
The fucking cat folk on top of me.
but
I'm
not yet.
I'm back sitting down on the
Uh,
the chalk drawn chair.
You notice next to you, she seems to have gone a little more pale than you remember her. Just from the effort of casting the spell, is Jenny Greenteeth. She seems to have stepped away a little and just recovering from the effort of casting such a long spell.
Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate it.
She just nods in your direction.
I am still
Very
mad
pleased.
at you.
Huh?
We can hear whatever's on in the background. Thank you.
I am still mad at you. And sun gets up and walks out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Is Zesi around?
Quote the message that I got from Hobbit. He's not going to just walked out of the room, he's walked off on a long walk.
So Bryseis doesn't see him as she walks out.
Bryseis, make me a perception check.
She is screaming his name, but she doesn't.
Was that
Perception.
Perception, please. Yep. You spot him far off in the distance.
She gets on her broom and goes out.
Okay.
Was that still in my armor, by the way?
Yes, you were.
Okay.
We didn't strip you naked, don't worry.
Your things are in the bag of holding. Not that I'm here to tell you that.
No, I have no idea.
Well, not seeing Zesi outside, I just sit down in the grass and hug Cloudy.
He's licking your face and seems particularly worried about you. I'm going to start with the group inside the bone grinder, then move to the tieflings, and then I'll come back to when Brammyr or Sage comes outside. So, Brammyr and Sage.
Yeah, I'm gonna clasp your arm in a warrior handshake
Okay. Yeah.
and say, well done. Don't do that again.
Gives a nod.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Let's get something to drink.
Yeah, that could be good.
Jenny?
I don't
So
have
like-
any alcohol. You're gonna have to ask the others for that. And she's gathered up the supplies the gold, and is making her way upstairs, kind of unsteadily. It seems like that spell really took it out of her.
Thank you, Jenny.
Powerful magic, yo.
I'll see you outside actually. He's like rubbing his his clavicle left side, his pectoral muscle. I think I need to check something. It's painful.
You alright?
I think it's where I got hit. think it's where, how I died. I just want to make sure everything's still okay. He's gonna start, like, just taking off his armor.
I'll help. Is it a heavy armor?
It's his medium.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't take very long to get off.
Mm.
Is Sage staying around, or actually meeting me outside?
Yeah, does.
I think Say said she was assisting with the armor.
Yeah.
Alright.
Fair.
Seems a bit, abrasive with being held, but he allows it. And ends up, just to check the wounds and stuff, takes his shirt off, to take a look down, and his left pectoral muscle, the entirety of it, is covered in this dark bruise from the impact. You also notice other sort of scars around, like, there look like talon scar marks on his, like, where the shoulder blade is on the upper right of his back. Some claw scars, like as if something scratched him on his right forearm when he's been blocking, and a very significant, seeming almost badly healed, or prominent even. Looks like it was fresh, but at the same time it doesn't. Puncture scars on his left flank, like where the ribs are under his arm.
I say it's good to have a reminder. I'll not make the same mistake again. Get dressed, and I'll go out.
Okay. You head outside. Brammyr, will you be heading outside once you've gotten your armor back on?
Yes.
Okay. Let's hop on over to Bryseis, catching up to Zesi on the broom.
She's faster than me. Damn it.
You had a decent head start.
Dash
When
action,
she gets
dash action,
close
dash action.
enough, is he around any trees?
Yeah, he'll be down by the wood line. In fact, let me just get the description exact for you. But there's something fairly nearby to the bone grinder that he's. Yeah, down by the bone grinder, there's 4 huge ancient stones. The megaliths. He's down by those at the moment.
Is there any trees by those?
Fairly nearby, yeah.
Okay. If he's by one, Bryseis is going to attempt to throw a dagger into a tree that's by him.
Make me an attack roll and a dexterity check.
You want me to do the dagger? I have a dagger.
Yes, please. Can you also please make me a dexterity check? Okay. Zesi, as you're walking, a dagger goes flying very, very close to taking at least a piece of your nose off and embeds itself in the nearest tree.
Hi, baby. I'm just gonna just full out assume it's as I would have half been paying attention to what's around me as I left.
She comes up to him.
It's because he quickly wipes his eyes.
She gets off the broom and walks up to him and just punches him as hard as she can. And
I'm not even going to ask to make you an attack for you to make an attack roll.
why didn't you tell me?
It's just silence. Schoolboy child looking down at his feet.
She punches him again, same place. I said, why didn't you tell me?
Something you didn't need to know.
Bull! He's our father and you know I didn't like him as much as you did. You had no right to keep that from me.
Everything. The way he was, the way he treated me. I just couldn't take it anymore. One day I just flipped. That was it.
Did he hit you again?
Again? When did he stop?
Was it self-defense? Or did you like kill him in his sleep?
It was self-defense, but either way it would have still been either way. Even if it would have been in his sleep, he still would have deserved it.
I'm not mad that Vester is dead. I'm mad because I'm your sister and you didn't tell me. I don't care how much shit I give you. You are my family, whether you like it or not.
Well, at least one part of that's right. And I duck, just in case if she tries to swing at me at my joke.
She doesn't. She walks up and just hugs him. Don't hide. Not here. We have to survive this. You're the only family I have left that I trust. My mother didn't tell me I even came from. She didn't tell me her father abandoned us. Like this. Don't keep anything from me. Understand?
There is nothing else. Been with you my whole life since then. What else could I hide?
What did you do with the body?
I don't even remember.
You just killed him and ran away?
I saw red. I don't know. I feel like I'm clever enough to have hit it, but who knows? I've never been back. The only thing that ties me to that life is what I threw at your feet back there.
Well then, you gotta make sure nobody knows about that. Even if it is self-defense. I don't want anybody coming for you. She walks up and takes the dagger out of the tree.
It was years ago. If anything, family by now. But I'm sure the people in my village knew what was going on. Finding him and me disappeared, or finding neither of us again. I'm sure they put two and two together.
It's fine. You always have a home with. She looks at the. She looks at the dagger and gets a really dark look on her face. Please tell me you remember what his face looked like when you drove this into him.
That's what plagues me every night. That's why I never sleep. It's the face I only ever see. Fuck's with the pro.
God damn it. They're having a moment, guys.
So,
That's why
I
this is in
normally-
chat, not on voice. Sorry, go ahead.
I normally put my bios on my character sheet for everyone to see, but this one's actually in the character backstory section, so none of you can see it. Now that it's in the open, does anyone want me to post it into the chat in
Sure,
Discord?
go for it.
Sure, if you'd like. I mean, Brammyr still has no idea.
Bryseis kind of looks at the dagger and looks at the blood again. Lucky bastard. I wish I would have been there to help me.
You don't want to be as plagued as I am.
Something
Get
tells
back
me
to
I
them.
already am. What do you want me to do with this? It's your choice.
Well, the dagger you threw at me, was that the switchblade which I had?
That was the dagger that had the blood on it.
Okay. I'll take it back and put it back in the pocket where it's always been.
Why don't you get rid of it? Don't you think that's why you're attached to this?
Maybe you're right. But it's been with me for so long. I actually felt lost without it, even though it was just for a few minutes.
Then let me at least do one thing for you. She goes and takes it out of... Can she take it out of the pocket or is it in the pocket?
No, you can take it out.
Okay, she's gonna take it out. She's gonna take out her water canteen.
We'll stop you doing that though. That staying stained, that blade.
The blood is not on your hands. It's on his. If
It's
you
also
wouldn't-
on the blade.
Why keep it? Why keep that? He's only still.
I keep it so I never know what to become again.
Fine. She puts the water away. Sleep, knowing that you took him out of this world to not hurt you, me, ever again. Or whoever else he would have found after. Come on. Let's go back to them.
Okay, with you guys heading back, I'm going to switch back over to... Initially, Sage as she comes outside with sun setting right there, cuddling and cloudy, and then a few minutes, well, a little while later, Brammyr comes out once he got his armour back on, probably a minute or so.
Yeah. He comes out, by the way, in just that brief time. His hair's white now. It is snow white. It has lost all its colour now. Not that he knows. He comes out. I owe you an apology.
Gee, you think? Sit down.
I mean,
Sit down.
I sit down.
Good boy.
I give him a hug.
Does this mean that my last words were heeded?
Which ones?
For the last breathing moments before I woke at the table. I have been running those words through my head since I got punched by that thing.
You've been dead since you've been punched by that thing.
Not quite.
What do you mean?
I have been conscious since that. I know that there has been at least about 2 or 3 days, give or take, that has passed since I died.
She's looking at you really confused.
Been watching you all. Since I died, I met them that you warned me about. Don't really have a sense of humor.
Not really, no.
They made me reenact my final moments, actually, before I got to watch you guys. Watch over you.
Assholes.
I kind of deserved it for what I did.
I'll say it again, you're an idiot.
Yeah. It won't happen again.
Better not.
I promise. I'm glad that you survived Strahd without me.
He's in the arena.
I know. I don't know where she went though. I don't know what happened. She just disappeared. I don't know if she's still alive or not.
If she is, she's his prisoner. If she isn't, it's even worse.
It's my fault of this.
It isn't.
I should have been there. I've got a lot to talk about with my last 3 days, 2 days. I don't sleep. Didn't sleep, should I say. I hope I sleep now. And I'm glad that each night... Where did you go? Every night. You just
Well,
disappeared.
You remember the mansion, right? Where we
Uh-huh.
spent that first night, right before Mordecannon's mansion. We went back in there after this fight, and apparently he taught Bryseis how to do it.
That explains it then.
She has a particular sense of aesthetics because it's Bryseis. But
I will have to see for myself.
I think she'll make you a room that you will like. She does try. She's a good one. And I look in the direction I saw her disappear into.
She's slowly walking back in the far distance with Zesi.
I'll have followed her gaze.
I hope they're going to be okay.
Why would they be?
I thought you were with us this whole time.
I was,
Ooh, good bullshit.
but
He couldn't hear anything.
I could see but not hear. In
Oh.
fact, even to a degree, I couldn't see you, but you were there. I could follow you through the roads, past Valaki.
Well, bringing you back had a cost. And as much as I wish I could have paid for it,
You owe me.
they did.
Well, better not disappoint them.
You better not die again.
It wasn't really my cup of tea. Actually, no. It's just occurred to me something I saw.
She cocks her head to the side like, what is it?
I think when I got there, I saw people who'd already died. I
What?
saw you. I saw Silas. I saw a bunch of other people we had killed. Some people I didn't know. I saw my father, actually.
Your father.
Mm-hmm.
I've never talked about him. Unless you have. But I assume
No,
that
probably
you
not.
haven't. Yeah.
I get a sneaking suspicion. The fact that I saw you, Silas, multiple times. I don't think it's that they're currently dead. I think it's just people who have been there before. I hope.
I hope you're right.
Brammyr, make an insight check.
Okie dokie. 10.
Son, are you going to bother making a deception check?
No, because I was going to continue with
Fair.
what I was saying.
Fair. Okay, then
Yeah.
the result of the check doesn't matter.
Last night, or the last night we spent at Mordekainen after you died. Sage had a dream, and it came true. And I had a dream, and I'm a bit scared that it might have come true. I saw Silas dying at Strahd's hand. I sure hope I'm wrong.
If we're not, my best will come back, I'm sure. Slippery one he is. We've been through way too much shit. I don't think I could get rid of him even if I tried. And if he is gone, then I'll have Strahd's head myself. Might even nickname myself Vampire's Bane after this rather than just Wolfbane.
Yeah, please don't hurt Cloudy. I'm sure he would appreciate the name change.
I still can't get over the fact that this is a pure wolf that looks like a lycanthrope.
Pure wolf that's grown to adult size in a few days. But he's a good one. Look at him. Oh, he's a good Cloudy.
Out of curiosity, was Sun hugging for all of that conversation or just at first? Was Sun hugging Brammyr for that entire conversation or just at first?
Just at first.
Okay. Then, yeah,
But
then
she's-
Cloud is climbed
yeah,
up
she's-
onto your lap.
Yeah. She's like, her shoulder is against Brammyr's, kind of leaning against him.
Sort of, not leaning my entire body away, but leaning my head away when like Cloudy looks. So, where's my equipment anyway?
I put it all in the bag of holding.
Where is that right now?
I think Bryseis has it.
No, it'd still be on the table.
Oh.
Then you probably would have grabbed it on the table on your way out, Brammyr.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Nope,
Oh.
Jenny's gone through it.
I'll
I mean, Jenny's totally taking part when no kidding.
I'll start taking my my stuff out. Just in there and putting it back on my person.
As Bryseis and Zesi closer,
I was just about to ask. Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna whisper to Cloudy to go give Bryseis a big hug, because I think she will take the hug from Cloudy better than from me, especially after what she said earlier. Gonna squeeze Brammyr's leg and say, "I'll be right back. Glad you're here." I'm gonna go and give a hug to Zesi. Big, tight, furry hug.
Bryseis accepts the dog hug, but still looks kind of like, okay, dog, okay, I get it, thank you. Okay. Looks over at Brammyr. Oh, good. Not a dead dwarf anymore. You stunk in that bag, dude. I hope you do not mess up the stuff in that bag. Love of God.
I only took my stuff.
No, I'm talking about the stench of your probably almost.
Just as a check, Sage, did you take gentle repose to gentle repose him every day?
It
I
lasts.
took
It lasts 10 days, I believe. Or no, it lasts 24 hours. Never mind.
24 hours,
Yeah.
yeah. I took it back beginning of the session, so when we
So you will have
left
gentle
Mordecai
reposed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I have.
so yeah, basically he wasn't rotting in the bag, right?
I know, but smelled like he was.
I
That's
think
probably what his dwarfing thinking.
It had to have been rotting one night.
You don't start to rot in one night.
I don't know, actually, with the fluff of the reason why Brammyr's hair goes grey and white, it could be actually.
Anyway, so Sam gives a furry hug to Zesi and Cloudy gives one to Bryseis.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Big deal. All the
You-
can. It's not going dying again, shall
He better not.
That's got to be the most disturbing thanks I've ever had. You realise she's just thanked me for killing my own father.
we? Okay.
And I laugh and just walk over to Ramen.
Do I hear that with the sensitive hearing?
Damn it, you weren't meant to.
I mean, it's. I probably wasn't paying too much attention, but it's just if the animal ears picked it up. Oh,
Hi.
would I have heard like Zesi's comment?
From that far away? Probably not.
Okay. Just even with the super sensitive hearing.
Even then, they're far enough away that probably not.
Alright, that's fine.
You okay, Bryseis?
Yeah, I'm fine. I wasn't pissed that he killed the bastard. Pissed he didn't tell me.
Hmm.
Good riddance. Plus I have to deal with or worry about. Now at least Glom will freak me out every time I see his face.
Hey, now you get to show Brammyr his room.
Former dead dwarf.
I'm sure you'll have something appropriate for him.
Define appropriate.
I mean, it is you.
The DM has a definition, but I don't know whether Bryseis would agree.
Well, now that's done. What the heck were we doing before all that?
Treasure hunting, I think.
Yes.
Nearly 72 hours in a realm that I never want to go to again.
Okay. As a note, what little you can see of it behind the omnipresent cloud cover, the sun is going down. It's getting to night time to actually head into the mansion and rest up.
I've got a lot of stuff to tell you all. A lot.
Oh. Well, don't worry. I have a jealous and tales. Maybe I should add a bit of what would I need to add a bar. Okay, so does she cast her mansion?
Yep.
She cast her mansion, and it's the same style as before, including the rug, the unicorn rug that is there. And as you walk in, by the piano, there is a servant who is now playing it. With a gives you a smile as you enter. The played is a nice little soothing jazz tone, and the servants are all geared up again. The food this time does include meat in celebration of Brammyr's return. Awesome meat. And they're serving ale and wine, of course, too. And
Is there rabbit?
there are little rabbit kebabs. Strange. Yes, there are.
I swear to God, I'm gonna play golf with someone's head in a minute.
And then she has a bar now to the area. 1 second.
Attack of the Children.
It's funny we could pick up the background noise better than her.
Yeah.
Okay, back again. There is a bar now that has been set up opposite of the piano. It is still in its grandness, matching the rest of the room, and it's red and black. There is one of the people who is wearing just the Speedo and the bow tie behind, and he is our lovely bartender for the evening, and he gets you anything you like.
Not bad at all, if I do say so myself.
I just give a disgusted look at Brammyr. Because his taste is so bad.
I've seen much worse, if I'm honest.
But yeah, you heard the description of last time. So Brammyr experiencing all of this. There's still dancing girls, aren't wearing pretty much anything, just barely there, and there's still the shimmering guys walking around in their bow ties and motels.
Okay, in that case, retcon. I see what you mean about a significant... What was the word you used again?
I think I said particular taste?
Uh-huh. I'm going to go eat, because I have not eaten in ages.
And as you walk in the dining room, you have all...
Can we get rid of the rabbits, please?
Oh, fine, no rabbit. And she snaps her fingers, and the rabbit disappears from the menu. Instead, it's replaced with all of Brammyr's favorite. Just
Replaced with what?
Brammyr's favorite foods.
I get some mail, and I just start digging in. I just go to town on eating all this stuff and drinking.
Sun's gonna join him at the table and also eat.
Bryseis just eats some grapes with the biggest shit grin on her.
I'm gonna grab some meat from Brammy's plate and go eat it in my room and read.
Snap on the wrist. The moment that hand goes for my plate, grab the wrist.
And also, she... Oh. Ah, sorry. Okay, so, Bryseis is, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind, go ahead. My brain was split.
Grab the wrist of Sage until she lets go of the food. I don't even look until she lets go of the food.
I let go and just give him a little slap in the back of the head, you know, and
I'll
take something else and go eat.
let go when she lets go of my food.
Sonya's looking at you and shaking her head.
Mm.
But she's smiling.
Oh, Bryseis snaps her fingers and the big, huge mug that used to hold his body is now in front of him full of ale.
I hope she cleaned that.
Yes.
No.
I mean, she put the
It's-
bag of holding in it.
Yeah,
Oh.
not technically his body.
True.
Well, yeah.
this
And it's got a-
is- Go
It's got a
on,
big B on it. Don't
this
worry.
has made dying worth it.
The B stands for Brammyr, not me. Although I love the correlation.
Did you say that out loud?
I did say that out loud.
You get a pat on the back of the head from Son. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I made a promise.
She's still smiling though.
So when everyone's around,
Except Sage, because she's a
Yeah.
bookworm now.
Bookworm now. That's why she made her little reading.
Yeah, so she'll be able to get another 4 hours of reading.
I'm not gonna sleep.
Again.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm full. There's no reason to.
okay, that's... You will take a point of exhaustion. That is another 12 hours, which brings you to 43?
42.
42. Okay. I am going to edit your handout.
How many hours are in this book?
80. I'll be a social for a while.
It's this property now. As much as I hate to do this, because holy shit, this property, but it's this one now. Edit completed.
I am curious.
Pretty please. This whole time during this these powerful moments,
Oh,
my cat is
Oh,
just sitting
fuck.
here in the cutest position ever. And I'm like, really?
this book is the best thing.
I
Fine.
wanted to give you the next property, but
I swear to God, if this sword that I'm getting is not the bomb diggity, I'm going to freaking kill Sage with it and take the book and then die.
which will
because I didn't
instantly
kill
change
that.
your alignment to evil.
Exactly. I know. Right?
Oh, that reminds me, think of alignment. Sun, change your alignment to CG.
Oh, I think I had already done
It's
that.
CN on roll 20.
but- Oh, is it?
Yes.
Alright.
so what's everyone's point?
Oh, and Brammyr,
As we're eating.
when as you're eating, you notice tattooed on the it's actually the upper left arm, but you notice a small tattoo on the upper left arm, and just looking at it, you realise that it's this.
Oh my.
Can I do an illusion real quick and just kind of turning make it look like it's a doll, like with a tiefling chibi doll that's on his arm, and I kind of laugh at him and say, yeah, I kind of did that when he was dead.
Oh lord.
Just when you go to take your clothes off, I guess I should say I'm sorry.
Minor illusion doesn't last that long.
No, it doesn't. I'm just messing with
This better come off.
him. She literally is like, oh,
Son is laughing with Bryseis.
you're a fun dead dwarf, but I like you having one.
Say, do you want me to explain stuff now or after?
I'll admit, because of one, I'm going to assume that you guys fill Brammyr in on pretty much everything that's been learned. Sage, I'm in the process of writing your next PM. Brammyr, there's not much time because I want to get to at least them bedding down. You guys bedding down tonight, but would you like to at least summarise exactly what Brammyr could see? And some of the information that you get, and the information you gathered during the fight.
So, alright, there is a lot more information to have, but the soul vision stuff, basically, it's what it got nicknamed. Yeah, my soul was still around, and following you all, and could see things a bit differently. So, Brammyr was aware of, first off, everyone was a little white, usually white orb. If you focused on it, it became that person, or at least what their soul was. I never saw Irina. I saw Tatiana instead. Mordekainen was young and
Younger,
and got a flashback of him in a group of 8 fighting this deathly, black, powerful soul that when I focused on made me shudder as I realised it was some form of a demi-lich.
Archlich, not Demi.
Archlich, sorry. I even saw Howdy as a lesser soul. I followed these little orbs through the entire journey, except for when you were in Mordecai's mansion, in which case, gone. Had no way of seeing you. When you came out, I began following you all again, and I actually saw Strahd Donovich arrive before you all did, or at least Brammyr did, should I say. And 2 blacks. When focusing on them, it was a younger, nobler looking Strahd, and just straight up bitch. In that fight itself, I saw when you went down, you faded a bit, and then came up. In the case of Tatiana, I saw her go down, get picked back up, go down again, and vanished. Along with balls, they just gone. Blinked out completely. Then continued following you guys. Basically all I've got for the whole soul vision thing.
Yep.
Oh, and the hag as well was...
I believe I described Jenny's soul as only a shade lighter than Strahd's, with flecks of white.
And all of your souls were white.
Zesi's will have been more grey than white, as will Glom's. I think everyone else is some form of good.
Mordekainen's was a bright star amongst all of you as well.
Huh, this one we can trust him then.
Bright grey star.
Oh. Kinda trust him.
Powerful, but not necessarily good.
But not evil.
Yes. I had to come up with something fairly on the fly that was creepy but still gave interesting information. So the colorations, white obviously is a good soul, grey is neutral, black is evil. The shades and brightness determine how far along the scale any individual soul is. Any of you who die from this point onwards, you're going to see the same thing. So,
And that's why I could see you all but not hear you all.
Brammyr, over the course of the meal, explains this to you, and eventually you head on up to your rooms. Sun, I'm assuming you head into yours. Ray, because I know you want to, would you like to describe Brammyr's room?
I mean, good.
And Sage, you have your next PM.
Right? Yeah.
I also need to note down somewhere that I am on -3 on a bunch of shit right
Before Sun disappears into her room, she's gonna turn to Brammyr and say, I like the white, by the way. Suits you.
Oh no. As he like pulls some of his hair like just over his fringe and sees it, just rolls his eyes. Well, at least it can't get any worse from now.
You know you jinx yourself when you say stuff, right?
I've already died. There's not really much worse that can happen.
You can perma-die. By the way, you might want to stop by and see Zesi at some point. He had to give up something big for you, and I owe you a big thank you. But I'm already going to take care of that one. Welcome.
I'll go speak to Zesi at some point. I'm feeling far too tired at the moment.
No worries. I'm actually tuckered out now.
Ray, would you like to describe Brammyr's room?
Yes, I would. Alright. As Brammyr enters, it's very powerful colors, but like the earth tone of his, home. There would be a flowing kind of fountain towards the back of the room, but it's not water. Ale. Continuously flowing down for him. There is a servant that is there. It is dressed as a girl, very beautiful, much as I could make her beautiful. And she is standing there. And she has a tray of food, all of his favorites, but she says, if there's anything I can get you, Master Bryseis has said, anything. And she winks at him.
Brammyr completely deadpan looks. I appreciate the effort, but you didn't need to go so extravagant.
Huh. Wait till you get into your bed. Feels amazing. With or without the girl.
Uh-huh.
Also, by the way, your bed has
How's what, sorry?
has room for 2. Or 3. Whichever you want.
Are you trying to hint at something here?
Bryseis just gives him a smile and the same little wink of the servant. Sleep well, dead dwarf. I took a lot of effort to make sure I made this room. You deserve it. If there's anything you need, your little servant, she'll get it for you. Besides that, you have a good night. I'm going to bed.
Same to you, Bryseis. As Bryseis leads down the corridor, I turn to the servant and go, you can leave.
The servant just bows as Bryseis has directed her to follow his command. So she leaves out. He does have still the tray of food, like still there for him, and his bed, big, large canopy bed, very comfortable, but it's very warrior status with armor mounted on the and weaponry of all kinds everywhere. There's also a tree in there for some strange reason. This is a tree, and Bryseis would have put that there so that if he's barefoot, he can crack it back on.
I like it. Um,
Bryseis goes to her room, of course outfitted with the most luxury. Imagine dolls on every shelf smiling down at her, mirrors everywhere, and a satin blue sheets, a satin blue thing over her eyes as she gets lacy, surprisingly black lingerie and gets to sleep with a servant massaging her shoulders and fanning as she does.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything else?
I don't think so.
Umbra, is Brammyr doing anything else?
at some point beforehand, once he's checked out his room, once he's comfortable with everything in its location, I'm just gonna head over to see some.
And that's what I'm going to call it for tonight. With that, that is what I'm going to call it. Thank you for coming, everybody. As usual, I hope you enjoyed the session. That was highly emotional, but hopefully everyone enjoyed it. If you do, obviously, as usual, things you like, things you didn't like, things I'm improving on, things I can still do better, please do PM me during the week or come find me. You will know where to message me. So from that, thank you for coming. I will see you next Sunday for the next session of Curse of Strahd.